is where we begin.
He's going to fake it to Hooks. He's going to roll out to his right. This is a tackle. Puts it deep.
Oh, look at this.
And complete to number 25.
Aaron
Down
Rowland.
The 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown.
There you go.
Pinnacle. All day, all day, all day.
Run, Brian. Run.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Mason has
Move.
There's Julius Ross.
Yeah, oh my God. Goodness. Wow. One-handed. Incredible.
That is one of the greatest catches I've ever seen.
Good evening, Pinnacle Pioneer fans, and welcome to the biggest game of the year for your Pinnacle Pioneers against the Brophy Broncos.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Pinnacle High School. Pinnacle High School would like to welcome the Brophy Broncos up north here for our game this evening. Brophy Broncos versus Pinnacle Pioneers, varsity football. Team coaches, cheerleaders, and student body, and fans of Pinnacle High School extend to each of you a big welcome. We are pleased that you can be here tonight as our guests. Pinnacle High School and Brophy High School are playing this game tonight through an agreement entered into by both schools. Please remember that these two teams competing here tonight are members of the Arizona Interscholastic Association and abide by the rules and regulations set forth by the association to maintain and improve high standards of conduct, competition, and relations with member schools. Tonight's game in the AIA asks that you watch and cheer your team in good spirit and sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship is an individual responsibility, and spectator behavior should represent respect for the opponent and the spectators, coaches, and officials of the game, as well as your school and its representatives. The athletes tonight performing are friendly rivals of opposing teams. They are not enemies. Aggressive and threatening behavior from spectators or any other inappropriate activity at tonight's game will result in possible prosecution from law enforcement. So let's have a great game. Folks, want to welcome our varsity cheer and pom squad. Again, a big round of applause for our varsity Palm and Cheer squad.
Test, test, test.
Good evening and welcome to Pinnacle High School. My name is Matt Higgins and I am the president of the Blue and White Club, Pinnacle's football booster organization.
Are we good?
Tonight is a special night in sponsor of
Okay. Take two.
Good evening, Pinnacle Pioneer fans. I'm Nathan Nordstrom along with Todd Dixon. We're broadcasting live tonight from Pinnacle High School. It's going to be your 2-1 Pinnacle Pioneers against the 4-0 Brophy Broncos, and it should be a heck of a contest. You got two of the best defenses in the state and two of the best offenses in the state going a mano-a-mano tonight.
Good program. Two very good programs. History between these two clubs, 2011 and 2012. There's been two meetings. Back then, the Pioneer program was really kind of gaining momentum and building into the larger classification. Brophy's always been kind of up there. As
They've
you
always
alluded
been
to.
in Division
Right.
I. They're a private school.
And they can recruit and do all those things. I got two kids on their roster tonight that played in the NFL. You know,
Their dads.
Their
played in
dads.
the-
Yeah, excuse
played
me.
in the
So.
NFL.
But anyway, it should be a really good one. If you look at how we got here, of course, your Pioneers opened with a 56-10 home loss to the number 1 ranked Chandler Wolves. Followed that up with a 20-12 road win over Saguaro. And
Big
then
victory.
Huge victory. In fact, it surprised a lot of people around the state. Saguaro at the time was ranked in the top 100 nationally.
And they were ranked number 1 in Division II.
Correct. And then last week, of course, the offense, the trailer officially became unhitched.
Yes, it did.
And they took off 48-27 home win, where they rolled almost 500 yards of total offense up, and the freshman phenom quarterback, the Snake, Spencer Rattler, made his debut in terms of his first 300-yard game, and boy, did he look good.
376 yards, and what was it, 4 touchdowns?
Insane, yeah.
And only
Zero.
four incompletions or something like that. It was insane. I mean, his QBR rating was through the roof. Kind of reminded us a little bit of Marcus Mariota last weekend.
Sorry about your dad.
You know what? Hey, if the Lewerkes are listening,
Yeah.
I sent them a congratulatory text.
Especially Brian, you should have.
Well, you know, it's important that we support our alumni from Pinnacle High School.
And that's a shout-out, of course.
And
to,
it was a great game nonetheless. So
You know what's interesting? I was talking to quarterbacks coach for Pinnacle, Brad Edwards, after the game. Do you remember Michael Sanders? He was the starter prior to Brian. He earned the starting job at Idaho State, and he's playing Boise State tonight.
the Vandals.
Correct.
Yep.
So that means the past two quarterbacks that played varsity here at Pinnacle are playing in Division I college football. And, folks, if you watch this freshman phenom, Spencer Rattler, it's pretty apparent he's on that same track.
Well, and, you know, Spencer, you know, as we noted to last week, he made a huge leap between the first game to the second game.
Yes.
And the second game to the third game was even a bigger leap. It'll be very interesting to see how he does tonight against a Brophy team that's loaded with two Division I highly recruited players.
Well, their defensive end that you're alluding to is being recruited all over the country,
Right.
yes.
And then their linebacker, whose dad played for the Broncos.
Diaz-Infante.
Diaz-Infante. You know, he's being recruited by everybody in the world. And then their quarterback, Knox, number 11, he's being recruited by everybody. And
He's going
and
to
actually
Harvard.
he
Yeah,
ended up
committed to
signing
Harvard.
with Harvard.
On
So-
that note, I mean, that's what we have in front of us, Nate. They've got 6 players, 2 of them or 3 of them offensive linemen. So
Yeah.
they've got a good offensive line, and that's going to be, you know, one of the keys to tonight's game. You know, for your Pioneer defense is they've got to be able to battle in the trenches, if you will.
Yeah, it's going to be a good battle tonight. So out comes your Pinnacle Pioneers. They're going to be in the blue and gray tonight.
Sharp-looking unis, as always. And Nate made the comment prior to, I've been covering these games 5 years. You're going on 7. This might be it looks like the biggest Pinnacle team,
It is
size-wise.
It is the biggest. You know, we've always had a couple guys that were decent sized, but this year we've got a dozen guys that are good sized Division I sized guys. And I think especially our line has played phenomenally well, our offense and defensive lines.
They have.
I think our offensive line has really gelled together to give Rattler the time in the pocket. Last week I think he got sacked, but it was right before halftime, and it was more of one of those running around trying to make something happen plays. And so, you know, in the last 2 games, I think they've only given up 2 or maybe 3 sacks. So
Well, and that's going to be one of the keys, Nate. Left
tonight,
tackle,
they're going to get a lot of pressure tonight.
Kent Columber on the left tackle position. He's going to see a lot of Larson, who's the 6'7" defensive end being recruited by everybody for Brophy. And, Cucumber, that's his nickname, is going to have a pretty good game, and maybe some help with Big Ben Thomas, the left guard for Pinnacle, who's going to be another blue chip recruit. Stats-wise, the Pinnacle offense, they came on track last week. On the year, let's talk a little bit, starting with Spencer Rattler. So far this year, folks, he's thrown for 623 yards. He's 42 for 69, 6 touchdowns with 3 interceptions, and an overall quarterback rating of 101.3. And that's including the very first game to where it was a challenge one.
Yeah, it was a very big challenge.
On the ground.
You take that first game out, he's only had a total of 7 incompletions in the last 2 games.
It's been phenomenal. You can look at the ground. Sophomore, Hunter Griggs. He's got 166 yards on the year, 30 carries. So he's averaging 5.5 yards per carry, and he's another impressive sophomore.
But that's deceiving because we do a running back by committee with Drew Dixon and Nick Ferrara.
Yeah, in fact, Drew Dixon, 91 yards on the year so far, averaging 4.1. Nick the Diesel Ferrara, 86 yards. Sat out last week, though.
He's out again this week.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
Okay. And then, we didn't talk about this, but I'll throw a shout out. It's a coach's kid. He's got the stat that you like, 1 carry, 22 yards, and a touchdown.
Yep.
But he's
out for the year.
Yeah, he's out for the year. So sorry about that, Will.
So here comes your, real quickly, here comes your captains. Number 33 is Nick the Diesel Ferrara. Number 44, Drew Dixon. Number 55 is Kent
Columber.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And congrats to Spencer Rattler, it says. Yeah.
And then number 77, Ben Thomas.
Big Ben.
So
that's that left side of the Pioneer line, both returning starters. The other 3 starters are new, but you got Big Hig, nickname that's Colin Higgins, the younger brother of Kelly, who played here last year. And you got Chase Lown at center and some others, they kind of move around on that offensive line. But to your point, they've gelled nicely.
So we'll see who wins the toss here. Looks like we've won the toss. Most likely we will defer to the second half, typically. Yep, we're going to defer, so we'll be on defense first, which I like that call.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. This year's defensive squad, I asked Coach Lamano, the defensive coordinator, to kind of give me some insight. The one resounding thing that I came away with from asking for that input from him, this is a squad that likes to hit.
Yes.
The lumberyard, they're all a bunch of hitters. They bring the wood, if you will. And they've got some impressive kids on that defense. So, going back a little bit on the stats again, receiving, Anthony Vaughn's having a great year so far. He's the leading receiver with 225 yards so far on the season.
He's had a great season. Came up with some big plays, big catches last week and against Saguaro.
Yeah, and he's got great separation on the ball. Spencer's throwing some beautiful balls up there, but you've got to have receivers that know how to adjust to it.
Correct.
And he's done a great job.
All the receivers have done a great job.
Yeah, Nick Spahn, the Boston baller, has done a great job. DeVault's done well. Sarah Pena Robinson.
So we're going to take a break here real quick for the national anthem. We'll be right back. Boy, that was well done.
I'm telling you, how many great singers
We have
it's
here at
insane,
Pinnacle.
man.
It's incredible.
Holy
Last
cow.
week was awesome. This week was awesome.
What
First
a
week was
beautiful
awesome.
job.
So we're getting ready to rumble with the Broncos.
This should be a good one. And, for Coach Zupke, again, it's the third time these teams have met. 11 and 12, Brophy took it to us pretty good. But I'm telling you,
It'd be
this
nice
year's
to get a little
squad,
redemption tonight.
boy, you've just seen what I've been so impressed with. Mountain View was not a bad football team. Saguaro is a pretty good football team. Chandler's a great football team. We've made strides
Every week.
From week 1 to week 3. We've made a ton of strides, and this is going to be a good test, without a doubt. The Broncos are ranked, I think, 114th nationally or something, so very highly regarded.
So it looks like we're going to have Noah Pinniger back deep for the Broncos, and number 82. I think that's number. I can't make out that other gentleman's number. I think it's 82. Ben Ponschke, and then kicking off for your Pinnacle Pioneers is going to be number 82, Jeff McGuire. And the kick is up, and it's going to go to number 9, Hawkins, and Hawkins fakes the handoff, and he's got a little bit of running room, cuts it to the outside, and going to come back. He's got it at the 20, the 25, the 30. Going to be taken out right at the 29-yard line, it looks like. And that's going to be, it's actually going to be number 6, Noah Pinniger.
And Nick Spahn on the tackle, the wide receiver.
Great contain on the outside there.
Yeah, it was. He's a pretty good return guy. He's got pretty good stats on the air.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Broncos, just shy of the 30. Out will come number 11, Cade Knox, in that Bronco offense. In the backfield will be number 25, Ryan Valdez.
Cade Knox, number 11.
Valez, I think. Valez.
He's the one you got to watch.
Yeah.
He's averaging 140 yards a game.
So Knox is going to change it at the line. He does a lot of Peyton Manning impersonation. We're going to have time expiring, so it's going to back him up 5 yards.
Interesting. He was calling an audible, and is that Dylan Stevenson, the super soft?
Yep, he shifted up, number 28.
Well, the coaches are real high on this kid.
Well, he had a great game last week.
Yeah, another really good. In fact, Zupke was in the paper, Coach Zupke, talking about what a phenomenal athlete that kid is.
So it's going to bring up 1st and 15 for the Broncos. Knox is going to go into a shotgun this time. Velez is going to get over his right side. His right side. It's going to be a spread formation, twins on both sides. Knox is back to pass. He's going to pitch it out, and it's going to be completed to about we'll call it the 36-yard line, so a pickup of about 11. Number 3, Chad McClanahan.
Justin Mandrola on the tackle. That front four for your Pioneers, you got Boom in the middle, Devontae. Mr. Ohio that transferred in, that's number 8, your left side defensive end, and we'll come back to the rest of your starters.
Broncos are going to go double tight this time. Knox is going to go under center. Velaz is going to stand at about the 29-yard line. It's going to be a 2nd down and 5. They're going to hand it off to Velaz. He's got a little bit of room. Cuts it to the outside. He's going to break it. Breaks another tackle, and he's going to go out of bounds. They're going to mark it at about the Pinnacle 48-yard line. Boy, he's quick.
He is. Again, he's averaging 140 yards per game, so he is their biggest threat on offense.
Yeah.
And Knox is averaging about 170 yards combined. They like to run more than throw. You're going to see a little bit more on the ground, I think, from
Well,
Brophy.
they're your typical pro-style offense. They run with double they run with double tight ends a lot, or they'll run in that I formation. So here we go. We're going to go Velez deep, Knox under center, motion by the Broncos to the right side. Going to be a handoff to Velez. Velez cuts it back up in the middle, and he's going to maybe pick up. Boy, he runs hard. He's going to pick up about 5.
Great job by the left defensive end, Stedman, to turn it to the inside, but they couldn't really corral it after that. In the inside, you got Harlan at tackle. Cole Jewell. Mr. Jewell at tackle, and you've got Harlan at the other defensive end who's played good. Linebacking core, of course, one of the strengths. Ferrara's out tonight, but you got Drew Dixon, Captain Air Force, back there along with Mandrola. And Riley Hamill, who's in for Nick Ferrara currently.
So they're going to go a split back formation shotgun by Knox. Knox is going to hand it off to number 6, Pettinger. Pettinger's going to pick up about, they're going to give him about 3, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and call it a long 2, short 3.
Devontae Drayton, boom, 370-pound defensive tackle. I saw him get off that back. Can you imagine being underneath that pile with Devontae on top?
Oh, we got a penalty here, looks like.
What'd they call it?
Personal foul. You're going to mark off 15 yards, it looks like.
That's pretty uncharacteristic. You don't see a lot of penalties like that coming from this Pioneer team. Missed the action. I didn't see exactly what happened.
Especially when you got him in 3rd and a long 3.
So you got Sarah Pena Robinson, Zach at one corner, and you've got Dylan Stevenson at the other.
So here we go. Velez is going to be deep. We're going to have motion. Knox is going to go back. He's going to pitch it off on a screen to Penninger. Penninger cuts it out to the outside, and he's going to be in for a touchdown. How they didn't call holding there on the defensive end, I have no idea.
It was apparent. You got to be kidding.
Nonetheless, they let it go.
Tough break. Dylan Stevenson, the corner, came up, and you could see they were setting up that screen. And when he closed in on it, he got do-si-doed. I mean, they turned him around. So Brophy strikes first.
So 9:53 here left in the first quarter. It's going to be David Silver in for the extra point for the Broncos. Snap is good. Kick is up. Looks good. And it is. So with 9:53 left in the first quarter, it's the Brophy Broncos 7, your Pinnacle Pioneers 0.
Let's do a sponsor shout out, folks. We'll start with our championship sponsor. That's Chapman Ford. There are a lot of places in the valley where you can buy a Ford, but only one gives you the Chapman choice: savings, selection, and service. That's Chapman Ford on McDowell Road in Scottsdale, home of the Chapman choice. I think we got time for one more. We'll throw in California Pizza Kitchen at Desert Ridge. California Pizza Kitchen proudly supports PHS football. They're serving up California creativity with the range of inspired dishes from handcrafted pizzas and Italian food to imaginative salads, pastas, entrees, etc. They also have handcrafted cocktails, premium wines, and craft beers. California Pizza Kitchen.
Pioneers is Anthony Vaughn, number 5.
Well, let's see if we can answer the bell.
So going back deep for your Pioneers is going to be number 5. And isn't that Anthony Vaughn? And kicking off is going to be Silver for the Broncos. Vaughn's going to stand at about his 2-yard line. Silver's kick is up. It's returnable. Vaughn's going to take it at the 5, cuts it back to the 10, up the 15, got a hole, he's out at the 25, the 30, breaks another tackle, he's at the 40, 45, breaks another tackle, carries another guy, gets all the way out to the Bronco 48-yard line.
Great return.
What a great return for your
You know,
Pinnacle Pioneers.
According to the stats I had, he'd only had 2 kickoff returns on the year, averaging 22. He just boosted those stats. And
well,
if you notice, he didn't hit full stride. He kind of galloped his way up about 15 yards.
Once that crease hit,
he saw that hole, set up the blocks, and took off. That was a very nice return.
So out comes the phenomenal freshman, Spencer, the Snake Rattler, with your Pioneer offense. It looks like Drew Dixon is going to be starting at running back tonight. So they're going to go with the big load.
Yeah, a little ground and pound. Captain Air Force. Heading to the Air Force Academy on football scholarship next fall.
Here you go, spread formation, 1st and 10. Spencer's going to swing it out. He's going to complete it to that's going to be the Boston, what do you call him?
The Boston Baller.
The Boston Baller.
I don't know where that Higgins gave me that. He said, well, you got to come up with some kind of a Boston nickname. I'm like, oh, that's easy. He's a good receiver.
So that's a nice pickup of 8 for the freshman to the receiver. 2nd and 2 for your Pioneers. Going to be a fake to Dixon. Going to swing it out to Sarah Pena Robinson. He's going to pick up another 10.
Great to have you back, Zach.
Taking it all the way down to the 28 of the Broncos.
2 great passes so far. Not real long passes, but right on the money.
No, but we got a lot of speed. Get them in space. Let them make a play, you know, and that's kind of what these 2 passes are. I mean, that pass to that first pass to Spawn was a great pass. He drilled it right in there, and there's Drew Dixon running it. Going to pick up about 2 yards. That's a hard 2 yards for Drew.
Pop up. There you go, Drew. Boy, you see, whenever you see
Boy, he
a
got
back
bent
go,
back.
yeah,
Ooh.
you always worry about that. He's a tough kid, though.
Here we go. No huddle offense for your Pioneers tonight. So if you're going to get coffee, a drink, water, wait until in between the possessions. Dixon's going to go deep behind Rattler. Rattler's back to pass. Got a little bit of pressure, and he's going to go down. So it's going to be a loss of about 11 on the play.
Number 33, Rex Kessler.
That looked like, Tesler on the sack for Brophy. That's the thing. Their defense is tough. They got one of the better defenses in the state. So it's going to be a challenge for the Pioneers tonight for sure.
Well, I think you're in 4-down territory here. You don't have to get it all back. Just get it back to maybe the original line of scrimmage and come up with a manageable 4th and 10. So Spencer's going to go shotgun again. Drew Dixon deep behind him. And, the
corner, nice break on the ball from the Brophy corner on that play.
James Mulligan was the
just
corner.
a quick hitch. And it looks like they are going to punt, Nate. Try to pin him down, inside the 10.
Had a good drive going there and then just kind of stalled it a little bit.
Here's the interesting one. When you bring Justin Mandrola in to punt instead of
McGuire.
Yeah, McGuire, because Justin can do just about anything on the field. Kid's a great athlete. And
it got a great bounce.
That's what they needed.
All the way down to the 11.
It didn't look pretty, but it's what you need, right?
Well, he did that last week
He
twice.
does. Yeah, it's just a little pooch kick.
Yep.
And he scrambles off to the right to buy a little bit of time. And
allows the guys to get the coverage team to get down there.
now it's going to be important for that defense to stiffen up and try to get a 3-and-out here.
So out comes Cade Knox and the Brophy Bronco offense, leading 7-0. 7:51 here left in the first quarter.
Brophy week 1, they 45-0 over O'Connor, 30-12 over Carlsbad, California, 31-10 over Liberty, and 22-18 last week over Red Mountain. That's their history.
And they had to come back. Red Mountain was leading that. They scored with like 8 seconds left in the game for the win. Knox is going to go shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Velez. Velez got a little bit of running room, cuts it back to the inside, and is going to spin around all the way out to about the 24-yard line. So it's going to be a pickup of about 11, another first down for the Bronco offense.
Teston, they're going after the left side of the line tonight with Velez quite a bit.
Going to go shotgun again. Velez to the right of Knox. Going to hand it off to Velez. He gets to the outside, cuts it back to the inside, cuts it back to the outside, and it's going to be stuffed after about an 8-yard gain. They're going to give him 9 on the play, it looks like. Bring up a 2nd and 1 for the Bronco offense.
Well, they like to run that single back with a tight end, twins to one side, and usually a wide out to the other. I think that 11 personnel, is that what they call it?
Yep.
Be curious to see if we start sending some backers to try to plug some of that. You got Hamill in the middle this week for Nick Ferrara.
So here goes Knox. They're going to go in the I formation. Velez deep. Motion. Going to pitch it out to Velez. Velez is going to try to cut back up. It looks like we've got him, and then he squibbles for a pickup of about 6 and a first down.
Your starting safeties this evening, you got Keaton Tardio, one of the fastest kids on the team. That's number 15. And you got number 22, Alex Flood. He's a junior. Boom coming out of the game. Gets a rotation on that defensive line. .6:30 left in the first quarter, folks.
Out comes Knox in shotgun with Velez behind him. Going to be a handoff to Velez. Velez is up the middle. Boy, he just kind of squeamishes for that 4 or 5 yards, man. He's slippery.
Here's the thing. 3 of the 5 offensive linemen for Brophy heading to play Division I college football this year. So, or two of them, and then the other one's going to go to, I think, one of the RMAC schools, a D2 school. Still, though, anytime you have 3 kids on an offensive line that are heading to the next level, you know it's going to be a challenge for your front 7 to try to battle.
Knox is going to go under center. Looking to his left. Going to pitch it out to number 3 and almost intercepted.
Yeah, just a quick out pattern. Pretty good coverage over there. It looked like Drew Dixon, Captain Air Force, was on the coverage.
And that was intended for McClanahan. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 for your Pinnacle Pioneer defense. This is a big stop here.
It is.
Trailing 7-0, 5:41 still left here in the first quarter. Knox is going to go shotgun. Velez to his left, spread formation. They got a tight end to the left. Got to get some pressure here on the quarterback. He's back to pass, looking. He's going to roll, and he's going to take off and run and slide for the first down. Pick up about 6 down to the 47-yard line of the Pinnacle Pioneers.
Well, Knox can run too. You know, that's the hard part when you got a quarterback like that. He's averaging 4.1 per carry. Came into tonight with 112 yards on the ground. So you got to watch him when he scrambles.
Yeah. Lamanna will make that correction somewhere in the game. Knox is going to go under center. Velez deep. You've got spread formation for the Broncos. They're going to hand it off to Velez. He's going to cut back up to the middle and going to be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Call it 2.5.
Some substitutions coming in for the Pioneers. You got Devontae, number 71. That's Boom. And back in the game comes, looks like that's Mr. Jewell, Cole Jewell. They do like to pound it up the middle, don't they? And I can see why this kid's averaging 140 a game on the ground. He's a pretty good back.
Yep. So Knox is going to be under center. Going to fake it to Velez. He's going deep. Going to try to come across on the post. And going to be completed to number 18.
Well, a little breakdown in coverage.
Yep.
On the out and up pattern, it looks like, was that Keaton Tardio, 15? Yeah, he got turned around. I don't know if that was a double move. .424 left in the first, folks.
Knox is going to go shotgun. They're going to go spread formation again. Velez deep as the single back. They're going to kind of do that Nevada pistol formation. Going to be a handoff to Velez up the middle. He's going to get nothing there.
Much better job by the interior line plugging those holes. A host of them in on that tackle. Saw Boom in there, Devontae. Well, here's where you hope you can hold them out. They've got a good field goal kicker, too. So if you hold them to a field goal try.
You don't really mind a field goal right here. You just don't want to give up another touchdown. Knox is going to go under center. They're going to go split backs. Velez deep. Motion by Linthicum. Knox is going back, going towards the end zone. Intercepted! And we got some running room, and he's at the 15, the 20. And going to be brought down at the 23. Great job, Pinnacle defense.
That's the super soft Stevenson.
Yep.
That's the kid that Zupke was talking about that's such a great athlete.
Did you see him bait Cox?
He did.
Knox?
He doesn't look like a sophomore, does he?
No, he baited Knox. He kind of looked like he made Knox think that he wasn't going to move. And Knox came across to the right side, and all of a sudden he popped up and got it. So great job by the super softs.
You like
Out
that?
comes your offense.
That's a decent nickname, right? Super soft. There we go.
You go spread formation. Drew Dixon, no, that's going to be Griggs. Going to be a handoff to Griggs. He's got some running room, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and he's going to be taken all the way out to about the 30-yard line. So pick up a 6, bring up 2nd and 4.
Grizzly Griggs. Why do we call him Grizzly, folks? He's a sophomore. That means 10th
beard
grade.
Is thicker than mine.
Exactly. Well, that was a game. That was a huge momentum changer for the Pioneers.
That was a big stop.
I mean, an enormous momentum changer.
So Rattler's going to go shotgun with Griggs deep in the backfield. Going to have motion by Sarah Pena-Robinson. Going to be a handoff to Sarah Pena-Robinson. He's got some running room. He's at the 30, breaks it up, and going to get just enough for the first down, it looks like.
Bobbled the ball at first, and a nice job of taking that in. You know, Sarah Pena-Robinson's got some wheels. He's pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to remember, he's got a little bit of a knee injury, and that's slowing him a little bit, I think. So that's going to be enough for the first down. Nice pickup of 5 yards by Sarah Pena-Robinson, the X Factor.
Well, they had us in total yardage 74-16 prior to that play, so that's going to help. Looks like Rattler's going to hand off, and that's going to be
to Griggs. Griggs is going to carry a couple tacklers here. He's going to get out to about the 3-yard line.
And he loses the helmet, and he's down.
Number 31, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. That's...
Yeah, if there's going to be Dixon coming in for him, Captain Air Force. You see, that's a tough kid, though. Sophomore. Did he shave that beard? He might have.
No, he still got the beard.
Yeah, he's a little woozy over there.
So here you go, Rattler, 2nd down and 6 for your Pioneers. Going to fake it to Dixon, get it out to Sarah Pena Robinson. He's got some open room, and he's going to dive for the 1st down. They should be close. If not, he's going to be about
nice job.
6 inches short.
Nice job by Nick Spahn, the wide receiver, the Boston Baller, showing that he can block too. 3rd and short. This is big.
3rd and about less than half a foot. 2:20 left here in the 1st quarter. Number 27 is coming into the game. That's going to be David Lee. So we'll have David Lee is going to move to tailback. You got the big Drew Dixon moving to fullback. They're going to hand it off to Lee. Lee's going to take it outside. Got a little bit of running room, and 3 yards, enough for the 1st.
You know what you do when you face one of the best defensive ends or highest recruited in the state for Brophy? You put Drew Dixon in the fullback position and you say mano a mano. Let's roll, folks. If you can see number 90
3 yards off the ball.
Number 90 is being recruited by everybody. He's 6'7", and I think his brother just got drafted by the Redskins in the NFL.
So here we go, Rattler, shotgun. Going to swing it out to Anthony Vaughn. Anthony Vaughn's going to break a tackle, pick up about 7 on the play.
I like it. You know, short passing attack. It's a tough defensive line for Brophy. It really is. Their defense they're giving up an average of 10 points a game. So it's a stout defense. And we're kind of dinking and dunking our way down the field.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for your Pioneers. Rattler's going to go shotgun right away. Dixon deep, and they're going to be offside. So now you've got a 5-yard penalty, and that's going to give us an automatic 1st.
Well,
you can tell Brophy is tired already. Look at they're not even set when we get lined up. You noticing that?
Yeah. That offensive line for your Pioneers. You got Chase Lowen in there. Starting at Kent Cullenberg, left tackle. It's number 55. Big Ben Thomas. Started last year as a sophomore. He's your left guard. Chase Lowen at center. And we'll come back. You got Big Hig at right guard.
So here we go, spread formation for Rattler. Going to fake it, swing it out to Spahn. Spahn's got some running room and gets brought down after a pickup of 6. We'll take that.
Absolutely. And it's Jansen at right tackle. Sarah Pena Robinson coming back in. Going to give Spahn a breather. Or DeVault. That was Hollywood DeVault. He's giving a breather too.
He made a nice block on that play.
He's a good kid.
Here we go, spread formation again. Drew Dixon deep. Going to be a handoff to Drew. He's got a little bit of running room, breaks a tackle. He's going to be pushing it for a pickup of about 3. So it'll bring up a 3rd and long 1, short 2.
If you like watching good play in the trenches and you love to watch the line, this is a good game to pay attention to.
It's really fun to watch, though.
Yeah, it's because you got two big lines on both sides of the ball for both teams that are very physical. So it's going to be a good battle up front.
So in comes Griggs at fullback. Going to hand it off to Drew Dixon. He's got some room to the outside. He's going to break a tackle, run over 2 more guys, and he's going to carry it all the way down to about the 20-yard line. Pickup of about 8 on the play. 1st down, Pioneers.
Drew Dixon, a.k.a. Captain Air Force, shows that he's got some moves in addition to power.
You see the block by Griggs, though.
Yeah. Griggs is a little fired up, man. He got thrown to the ground. His helmet came off. Good resilience for the sophomore to come back and go, I got more, boys.
So here we go. Dixon out. Griggs is going to move to tailback. We're on the roll. 17 seconds and counting here in the 1st quarter. Rattler back to pass. He's looking. He's going to swing it out.
What a throw.
Caught by Number 21.
Oh, they're going to call him down.
Dalton Cash.
What a throw! He was on his back foot. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was pure arm strength because that's not how you're
and
supposed
Cash
to throw the
was
ball.
Covered. I mean, that was not. I mean, it wasn't like he was wide open.
That was a phenomenal throw from the freshman.
So you're going to have first and goal here with 5.9 seconds left. So this is probably not going to get off a play this quarter.
Well, the clock stopped though. I'm trying to figure that one out.
Well, because he went out of bounds.
Oh, there you go. It looks like they will.
There it is. Oh, and he just misses Cash. Cash was there. Pass a little high. That's his first incompletion.
Yeah, he might have had one other, but still. You know, if you're a defensive coordinator, I don't care if the kid's a freshman. You better go to every hospital in the valley to get anti-venom because the rattler's going to bite you.
Yep. He's having a great year. He looks better and better every game. So here we go. This will be the last play of the first quarter. It's going to be a handoff. Cuts up at the middle. He's got a little bit of running room and going to be just shy of about a yard and a half from the goal line.
Nice job by that offensive line. The hole was there.
And that was a carry by David Lee. So nice run by Lee. Nice blocking by the offensive line. So at the end of the first quarter, it's your Pinnacle Pioneers 0 on the doorstep to tie this up. The Brophy Broncos 7.
Well, and again, it comes back to that defensive interception by the super soft Stevenson. Folks, we're going to go back to some more sponsor shout-outs. This time we're going to go to Grimaldi's at DC Ranch. Visit Grimaldi's Pizzeria to experience the aroma on pizza and calzones baked to perfection in their signature coal brick oven, the perfect gathering place after the game, located conveniently in DC Ranch. Next, we're going to go to Aquaman Pools. Aquaman Pool Service. Technicians are certified pool experts who take the time to make your pool safe, sparkling, and fun. Visit pinnaclepoolspecial.com for a special offer on services. Thank you, Aquaman Pools. Well, first quarter stats. Let's take a look here, Nate, shall we? I think we came back and evened it up a little bit there on overall yardage. So far on the game, you've got, let's see, I'm not sure if these are updated as of yet. No, I'll come back to that, folks. We have it on the internet here, but sometimes it takes just a little bit for it to come back live the way we need it to. Here we go. Third down and 2, third and goal from the 2.
So it looks like Drew Dixon's going to go deep in the eye. Oh, going to fumble it. He's going to get around. He's got some running room. He's at the 2.5. Touchdown, Pioneers.
Touchdown, and how about a bottle of syrup for number 5, Anthony Vaughn, because he just laid the perfect pancake.
Yep, he did.
Wow, what a great block. I love to see a receiver throw a pancake block. I get more excited than that than touchdowns. What a great job by Vaughn. And what a heads-up play by the freshman quarterback.
Great play.
To take that busted play. He's got some speed, too.
Well, we keep talking about it. He reminds us a lot of the work. He's got kind of that long stride.
He does. I feel like it's like looking in the mirror from the past couple of years.
McGuire's kick.
Blocked.
That
was strange. Did you see it even come off?
I don't think it was blocked. I think the holder, Burleson, dropped the ball.
The old Charlie Brown trick?
I don't know, man. I mean, that was a weird play. So with 11:52 left in the second quarter, it's your Pinnacle Pioneers 6, the visiting Brophy Broncos 7.
California Pizza Kitchen, one of Pinnacle's.
Well, so we got 7-6 here. So far on the game, going back to stats here, Spencer Rattler 5 for 7 for 37 yards through the air, 1 rushing touchdown. Brophy's thrown for 57 yards, and they've rushed so far for 74 on us. On the ground, we have 58. So stats are pretty close at this point.
So McGuire getting ready to kick off. Back deep for the Broncos is going to be number 6, Penninger. I can't make out. Is that 86? I think it's number 86. Fairbanks. Kick is up. It's going to go to going to go to Fairbanks at the 4. They're going to fake it. Penninger's got it. Cuts it back up the middle. He's at the 25, the 30, and going to be brought down right at the 30.
Nice job to get him off balance there. Who was that? He's staying in the game. I'm trying to see. from a tackle. Was that the kicker? No. Or was it? 82, yeah, the kicker. McGuire, there you go, buddy. That was a nice tackle. He's getting a high five from one of the coaches on the sideline for that as well. You love it when you got a kicker that actually will stick his head in there and make a tackle too.
Well, I mean, kickers, a lot of kickers like contact. They just don't get to have contact.
Yeah, the coaches are like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, so out comes Knox with Velez deep in the air as a running back, rather. Trips to the left. It's going to be handoff. No, fake to Velez, and Knox is going to pitch it deep. And it's going to be caught by
Knox is, who was that?
That's going to be complete to number 85, Campton.
Second time they've gone over the top. Knox is elusive. He got outside of the end on that play, bought himself some time, and he's got a pretty good arm,
penalty.
too.
We got a penalty on the play, it looks like. It's going to be holding against Brophy, so it's going to back him up 10 yards. So a little bit of a break there for our Pinnacle Pioneer defense. Actually, it's going to back him up 5 yards, so it must have been illegal man downfield, they're calling it.
One of the things I'm sure, these safeties are going to have to be careful because there's a lot of double moves by these receivers.
Well, because if you look at it, they run your typical pro set. So
right.
you only have 2 receivers against really four defensive backs. So they're going to go trips to the left, Velez deep. Knox is going to go under center. Knox is going to try to pitch it out, and that's a lateral.
Nice job by Josh Stedman, Mr. Ohio, the right defensive end. He's tall. He's 6'4", coming over the edge that time, getting his hands up. And Justin Mandrola shout out because he faked the blitz to come in and then came back out and was on his horse about ready to come make the tackle.
We've got a penalty flag here at the 28-yard line. It'll be interesting to see what that call is as we're waiting for the official here. Holding against the offense. And so it's going to back them up another 10 yards. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 25 for the Broncos. And the Broncos are going back after we came down and scored. So
did you see the ref?
Yeah,
he's
sure.
halfway pointing to Pinnacle. And it takes about a 5-second pause and goes,
we looked at the other ref like, okay, who was it against again?
Yeah, he's like, hey, Bob, help me out here, would you? Wow, that creates 1st and forever. 1st and 25. You're noticing that the linebackers, especially Mandrola, is really active in terms of showing blitz and then coming back, showing blitz and coming back.
So Velez is going to go to the right of Knox. Knox is going to go shotgun. Motion by the Broncos. Knox back to pass, looking down the middle, rolls to his right, going to go deep. And just overthrows the outstretched hands of number 18, Mendoza.
Again, he's got a gun. Knox can throw the ball.
It's a nice 55-yard in-the-air pass on the run.
Yeah, he
didn't even set his feet.
You got to be careful. In fact, they're substituting some other guys in the game right now to have some conversations, I think, about nobody behind you, boys.
So 2nd and 25. Knox is going to go shotgun again. Velez to his right. Knox back to pass. He's looking to his right, He's got some pressure. Rolling to his right. And going to throw it. Completes it out to number 25. He's at the 50. Going to be brought down at the 48-yard line of Pinnacle.
Well, he was able to catch the edge again. Knox is elusive. It's going to be a challenge to keep him in that pocket because when he breaks contain out of that pocket, he's a dangerous quarterback.
Well, and Velez just kind of snuck in there and got to the sideline, and nobody was on him, so he had an easy target.
It's tough, though. When you got 5-6 seconds to throw and a good quarterback, it's really tough to maintain coverage that long.
Absolutely. So here we go. Velez deep again. Knox in shotgun. Going to be a handoff to handoff to Velez. Velez is going to get nothing, nada, zilch.
Great play on the inside for the Pioneers by number 95. That's Austin Jones, I believe. No, Miller. That's Trent Miller. He's a big kid, too. Miller, a senior, I want to say about 210, 215.
You're going to go split back formation, Knox in shotgun, 2nd and 10 for the Broncos. They're going to fake it to Velez, and Knox is going to get some pressure. Dumps it. It's almost. It is intercepted by Pinnacle. Is that Sarah Pena Robinson? No.
Is that it? No, that's Flood. Alex
By
Flood.
Alex Flood.
That's the safety coming back going, look, man, you've been picking on me all game. We get one back here.
Here's the thing. They put pressure on Knox that time from the left side.
They did.
He threw an errant pass. Flood comes up with the big pick with 9:51, trailing 7-6. Great field position at the 44, and we are on the march again.
So we're up 2-0 on the turnover battle now.
I'm telling you, turnovers make a difference.
Oh, without a doubt.
We said coming into this broadcast tonight, this is going to be a close game. We felt Pinnacle could pull the upset. We're ranked 7th. They're ranked 5th. Rattler and shotgun, going to fake it, going to pitch it out to Vaughn. Vaughn's got a great block by Sarah Pena Robinson, and tried to cut it back, but stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Nice pickup of 6. We'll take it.
I like how these receivers block. I'm seeing it from a lot of them. We saw it earlier
Very
from Spawn.
unselfish.
I'm telling you, Sarah Pena Robinson, great job that time.
If he hadn't have stepped out of bounds, man, he had the inside for another 25, 30 yards.
Yeah,
the safety was standing at the 30.
That was the blind side. I mean, he was just pushing the kid 10 yards down the field.
So 2nd down and 3 for your Pioneers. They're going to give him 7 on the play. Rattler's going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs is up the middle, breaks a tackle, loses the ball, picks up the ball, and picks up another 5 yards with it. Pick up an 8. First down for your Pinnacle Pioneers at the Bronco 40-yard line.
A couple of bobbles tonight. They're going to give poor Vinny a heart attack up here. Or down there, I guess.
Great play calling by the offensive coordinating staff of your Pinnacle Pioneers. We are driving once again.
Going to be Mr. Siliberte.
Griggs is going to go deep in the eye. Shotgun for Rattler. Rattler's going to fake it, going to pitch it out to Vaughn. That's Spawn. Spawn is going to pick up 11.
Nice job, Boston baller, Nick Spawn. Good job by Sarah Pena Robinson.
Are you
that.
kidding me? They're marking it short, and he was at the 29-yard line. Holy camole. So we're going to have 2nd and a half an inch, it looks like.
Drew Dixon coming in. So you've got Griggs and Dixon. That means that Captain Air Force is going to plow the road most likely.
You got Rattler going under center. Going to hand it off to the big fella.
Yep.
He's going to get down for another 6 yards, and a pickup of first down.
And you always love to see when you got 2 linemen getting up off the ground, that means that one of them probably threw a nice pancake.
Yep.
Either way, it worked.
So 1st and 10 for your Pinnacle Pioneers from the Bronco 25. Another great drive after a turnover.
That was Big Higgins that did that.
Griggs is going to be deep. It's going to be a handoff to Griggs, and Griggs is going to be taken down for a loss of about 4.
Brophy's starting to get real active bringing their backers up. We haven't really gone over the top on them. You know, we're working the short routes and
the outside.
Yeah, we're running the ball. So I think Brophy's adjustment is they're starting to get aggressive with their front 7.
Well, they're crashing those ends hard to not let us get outside. They're going to force us to run up the middle. Looks like there's movement on the offensive line.
Yikes. All right.
Going to back us up another 5, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 19.
Yeah, if you watch him, number 90 again is their highest recruited player, if you will, 6'7" defensive end. And what they're doing is they're crashing him and they're taking the outside backer on his edge.
Yes.
Which those short throws, that's one way to combat it.
So Rattler's going to go shotgun. Griggs deep. Dixon to his right. Back to pass. Going to go deep, and there it is to Vaughn just out the outstretched hands. Oh, and he had the cornerback beat on that one. Oh.
That was close.
Wow. Well, this is 4-down territory. Let's just get 10 or 12 here, make it manageable. 4th and 8.
Well, you get 10 or 12, you might be able to kick a field goal. We've got a pretty decent kicker.
Yes, we do. That's true. If we can get within the 25-yard line, so we need to pick up about 10 to make it a reasonable kick for the junior Jeff McGuire. Griggs is going to go deep, shotgun spread formation. Rattler back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's got some room. Steps up and completed.
What a
Great
catch. What a catch.
And that's going to be just a... It's going to be enough for a first down.
After watching that pancake block earlier, that's Vaughn.
Was that Vaughn that made that catch?
That's Velcro.
He
Velcro
absolutely put those toes on the sideline, and that pass was thrown into the out of bounds, and he just caught it and dropped it. It reminds me of the catch that won the Super Bowl for Pittsburgh over the Cardinals.
What do you think?
Holmes
Velcro Vaughn?
background.
I mean, that was a beautiful catch.
Great catch by Velcro.
And a nice throw.
I like that, Velcro Vaughn. Going to be a handoff to Mandrola. He's got some running room. Breaks to the outside. Gets a stiff arm. He's going to pick up about 7.
There you go, Justin. Yeah, again, Justin Mandrola has probably played more positions on this field than anybody on the Pioneer roster. The kid was a quarterback as a freshman. He's played middle linebacker. He's
wide
a receiver, running back.
back.
I mean, wouldn't be surprised. Punter.
Tight end, fullback. He was tailback last year. Remember, he rotated in.
Yeah, let him snap the ball. Put him at center. That way you can say he's done it all.
So here we go, 2nd down and 4. Rattler's going to go shotgun. Griggs is deep. Rattler's looking to the right. Going to complete it. Oh, and Mandrola drops it. If he caught that, that would have been enough for the first down. Mandrola's pointing to himself. Yeah. It's his fault.
I jinxed you, Justin. Sorry. That's Baby Mandrola. That's his nickname. His older bro played here. Good athlete, Justin. Well, 6:54 left, folks, in the first half. We're knocking on the door down by 1. Be curious to see what Vinny dials up here, huh?
So here we go, shotgun. Going to be a handoff to Drew Dixon. He cuts it back up to the inside, and he's going to pick up, he's going to be close. About a half. I think you go for it here, dude.
That's a really tough call because it's 4th and 1. A field goal, and they're sending in McGuire. A field goal, you take the lead.
Yeah, that's true.
In
6:39 left here in the first half.
The only thing that scares me is that they did have a miscue on that PAT earlier. Yeah, it's 4th and 2. And a field goal gives you the lead. I mean, in a tight game like this.
It looked like he got down to the 5. Boy, they didn't mark it very well.
I thought so, too.
So here we go. McGuire in for the field goal. It's going to be a 23-yard field goal. Just about the same as a PAT, I would guess to venture. Going to kick it from the left hash. Snap is down. The kick is up. It looks good.
Yes.
And it is good.
There you go, McGuire.
6:07 left in the first half. It's your Pinnacle Pioneers 9, Brophy Broncos 7.
You know, we got to come up with a fun nickname for the kicker because he just put his head in and made a nice tackle. So something fun. Thumper? I don't know. He's a good kid. Great athlete, great kicker. All right, folks, so 6:07 left. We're going to go back to one of our sponsor shout-outs this time. We're going to head over to the Desert Ridge Marketplace. Desert Ridge Marketplace is your shopping, dining, and entertainment, they're your entertainment destination. With live music every Friday and Saturday night, they feature over 100 shops and restaurants. Sorry, at night here, folks, it gets hard to read these sometimes. Jamba Juice is another sponsor, right next to the Snack Shack. Visit the Jamba Juice booth for fresh smoothies.
So McGuire to kick off. Back deep for the Broncos is going to be number 6, Pettinger, and number 85, Campton.
82, Jeff McGuire, set to kick off. Number 6, and Les number 25, back deep for the Broncos.
McGuire's kick is up, and it's deep. It's going to go to Pennington. Pennington's going to hand it off to Campton. Campton's got some running room. Good coverage by the kickoff team. It's going to go down about the 22-yard line.
Mandrola in on that, and 58, I believe that would be the smiling assassin, Maxey. Is that correct? Let me take a look here. Yes, it is. Alexander Maxey is in on a lot of the kickoffs.
He's a great special teams player.
Yeah, he really is.
His brother's playing at the
Air
Force Academy.
Shout out to 2 Pioneers. In fact, shout out to all the former Pioneer players that are listening to the broadcast.
So Knox is going to go under center. Velez is going to go deep in the eye. Knox is going to hand it off to Velez. Velez is going to cut it up in the middle. He's going to pick up about 5.
Velez number 25, the ball carrier.
I think that's, if you look at Brophy's stats and kind of the tail of the tape, they've controlled the line of scrimmage in almost every game they played
pretty
this year.
well.
They just beat people up, because they've got a big offensive line. But they've got a mobile quarterback with a pretty good arm, and they've got a great running back. That kid can run.
Velez is going to go deep again. Knox is going to go under center. Looks like the Broncos are going to try to grind out a drive and score right before half. Going to hand it off to Velez. He goes to the right side, cuts back up the middle. He's got a hole. And it's going to be brought down by Mandrola at about a 49-yard line, 48-yard line of the Broncos.
Tardio got him low and Mandrola got him high, but that's the thing. You know, if you let that kid get past the line of scrimmage, he's got a second gear that he hits. He hits that second gear quickly. Pretty big challenge for that front four for Pinnacle.
Knox is going to go under center again. Velez deep for the Broncos. Pioneers leading 9-7. Going to fake it to Velez. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to come across the middle and going to complete it to number 3.
You know, it was a good job by the D-line.
McClanahan's going to pick up about 18 on the play. First down for the Broncos.
Stedman, Mr. Ohio, was right in his face, got his tall hands up on that 6'4" frame. Just a good throw. Good throw and good catch.
He's probably the best rollout quarterback I've seen.
Pretty good.
He can roll to his right or his left, and he can really sling it. Knox is going to go under center. Velez deep in the eye. Motion. Going to be a handoff to Velez. Cuts it back in. Cuts it back outside. He's at the 30. Cuts it back to the 25. Carries a couple tacklers down to the 23.
That offensive line is... they're blowing open some holes right now. Yeah, it's going to be a big challenge. And we've got somebody down.
Well, looks like Mandrola.
Is that Justin? Don't want to see that. You've already got one of your starting linebackers on the sideline in Nick Ferrara. Penalty? Holding? Yeah. Well, that might explain why some of those holes are being opened. Again, it's a great offensive line. They're very good. But Velez is so shifty too. Like you said, he's quick, he's shifty, and he hits that corner quickly.
That's interesting. Where the holding penalty was, is at about the 32-yard line. So, going to back up the Broncos to the 43. Bring up first and about 16. Call it a short 17. Knox is going to go under center. Velez is going to stay deep in that eye. Knox back to pass. Back to pass. It's going to be a screen. They're trying to get up, and he's going to get crunched right there. And they've got another penalty. It looks like we're going to have another holding penalty.
It was a nice job.
That's the same spot that happened down here on their touchdown that they didn't get called, so they must have been looking for it.
Mandrola had a shot at him, and he didn't get him, but what he did do is he disrupted the play enough to where the rest of the guys could come in and clean it up.
Going to have holding again, so it's going to back him up another 10 from there, bring up first and 20, bring up a first and 25 again.
If you're an offensive coordinator and you get back-to-back holding calls.
Just drives you crazy. Doing a lot of rotating tonight. We haven't seen that a whole lot this year.
Right. Well,
I like that. I think keeping people fresh for the second half is huge.
Especially against a kid like this. I mean, you've got a big, powerful line, but that kid is so quick. You've got to kind of corral him and slow him down before he hits that second level.
Yeah.
Because once he hits it, he's tough.
So the Broncos are going to go trips to the right on first and 25. Velez is going to move to the right of Knox in shotgun. We don't see him in shotgun too often. Knox is going to go rolling to his right. He's going to try to come across, and he's going to complete it to McClanahan for a pickup of, let's call it 20.
Well, they rushed 4, Pinnacle did that time, the main 4, and they kept 6 in to block, and it was a designed rollout. And I was watching Stedman, the left defensive end, and he was stringing out the plays, but he was double-teamed.
Yeah.
And if you give Knox that much time, it's a challenge.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Broncos at the Pinnacle 31. Knox is going to go shotgun, split back formation. Knox is looking to his left, coming across, and he's going to complete it again to McClanahan. That's kind of his number one guy. Oh, they're going to call it incomplete. So it's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 5 for your Pinnacle Pioneer defense.
This is another big play in the game. I don't think they're in field goal range. They're probably 10 yards away.
I don't know. He was kicking him from the 40.
Was he?
He's got a leg. Well, I guess we'll find out here
find
shortly
out,
if
yeah.
they hold him, right?
Yeah. I'd love to see that decision have to come. Yeah, you're right. He's kicked a 52-yarder this year.
So here we go. Big third down and 5. Going to have motion. Knox is going to hand it off to Velez. He's going to get spun down by the big boom.
Boom.
Loss of 2.
But hey, you know what, Nate? Things that make you say,
Boom.
attaboy.
Great job, Devontae.
Wow, that was an athletic play.
That was a huge play right there on a big third down and 5.
Now it's 4th. What are they going to do?
They're going to bring in Silver for the field goal. He's going to try another 52-yard. Well, they're going to mark it about the 41, so it's going to be a 51-yarder for Silver.
Yes, he's kicked a 52-yarder this year, so 2:55 left and counting, folks.
5'8", 170-pound senior. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's going to be short.
Nice. Not enough.
Big stop for your Pinnacle Pioneer defense.
That really was. Hats off, credit. And you see a pumped up and fired up coaching staff going out.
And here's the deal: you still got 2:42 left. This is important right here. We got 2:42 left, 3 timeouts.
Mm-hmm.
We get the ball first in the second half.
We do.
This could be a huge momentum turner right here.
If the Snake can inflict another wound on this defense and lead the team down to a 16-7 halftime lead, that would be huge, Nate. Of course, Obert, picked against the Pioneers in the paper, and I guess they're ranked higher. A lot of people would, but I think, I'll tell you what, I've got a good feeling we can pull this out. I really do.
So I need to find out why on that missed field goal it's now marked at the 20 versus where they had the ball. I'm confused on that. Rattler's going to pitch it out to Vaughn. Vaughn's going to take one knee, going to pick up about 3.
Boy, Vaughn's solid. Leading receiver, Velcro Vaughn, your leading receiver on the year. And he not only has Velcro, the kid can flip a pancake, man. That was such an awesome block. One of the best I've seen all year.
No mistakes here. Be nice if we could score. Don't have to.
Well, it's 2 minutes and 15 seconds left and counting, folks, in the first half.
Rattler's going to go shotgun. Motion by Sarah Pena Robinson. It's going to be a handoff to Griggs. Griggs is going to be dropped for a loss of about 2.
They weren't fooled by it. Well, now you've got 3rd and 9, and here's where the clock management gets interesting. Because if you're the Pioneers, if you don't get your first down here, you don't want to leave too much time on the clock. So
here's what I don't understand. Brophy's got 3 timeouts. Why have they not called a timeout?
I was kind of wondering the same thing.
It's interesting. Huh. So a big 3rd down and 9. Rattler back to pass. He's going deep for Vaughn. Vaughn catches it. He's out of bounds.
Love that back shoulder fade.
Pick up a 17. First down for your Pinnacle Pioneers.
Nate, I think I just answered your question. Or I think Spencer just answered your question.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you not call timeout? Because you're afraid of that kid on 3rd and 10.
Telling you, man, that was a great throw.
It was. Nice route, too. Vaughn sold that perfectly.
Vaughn had a lot of separation on that one. So 1st and 10. Rattler's going to go shotgun. Fake it to Griggs. Pitch it out to Sarah Pena Robinson. There's a good block by Spahn. Robinson's going to get out of bounds, saving the timeout.
Again,
great clock management.
Brophy coming in with a 5-man front. And if you're going to do that, very patient and very smart by the Pioneer coaching staff to just kind of pick them apart. You keep sending your outside backers at us, we're gonna kill you with the short throws.
124. Still 3 timeouts. We got plenty of time. We're now at our own 46-yard line. Rattler's going to go shotgun, hand it off to Griggs. Griggs breaks it up the middle, and looks like we're going to have a holding penalty possibly.
Most likely. That's in the area where it's usually called.
Tackle made by number 47, Diaz Infante.
That's their Diaz Infante that just made that tackle. Me being a Broncos fan, of course, I watched his dad, who was the offensive line, played about 10 years in the NFL, I believe. But he's their leading tackler on defense. That's who you have to get a hat on.
Number 40?
Yeah, he's a good ball player.
Going to back up your Pinnacle Pioneers 10 from there, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 15 from our own 33-yard line. 1:18 left here in the first half. We have all 3 timeouts. No need to worry yet. Rattler's going to go shotgun. Griggs deep. Rattler back to pass. Got plenty of time. Going to go down to the left. And hit.
Holy cow.
What a great catch by Spawn.
Holy cow. What a great throw.
Holy camole. That was a nice 25-yard pickup.
You see the smoke on that thing?
Yeah, boy, that was just solid.
Wow.
Whoa.
What are we doing?
They're saying he caught it out of bounds? How does the side judge rule it a catch and this guy overrules it?
I have no idea.
Wow, that's a bad call.
1 minute, 1 second left in the half. Now we're looking at 3rd and 15.
Boy, Rattler has such a quick release. I mean, a quick release.
That ball got there in a hurry.
Holy cow.
So what are they going to have the snake do here? I mean,
you know, I'd like to see it go deep to Vaughn, man. Vaughn's getting a lot of.
You got press. Yeah. It's interesting. They're running press coverage on him too. They've got a modified cover too.
So they're going to call movement again on the Pioneers, backing it up 5.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, now at 3rd and 20 with 60 seconds left in the half.
I think you air it out here and see what happens, man.
You got
he
the
can throw it
to
60 yards.
He can't. We saw it last week.
Yeah. Question is, can he get enough time from that awesome offensive line, which has given him plenty of time tonight?
Look how deep the coverage is.
Rattler's
now,
back.
You might see a
there
screen.
it is. There it is. It's a screen. Got plenty of running room. Get to the outside, and we're going to pick up
about 7 maybe.
7 or 8 on that. Molander calls a timeout.
So 46.7 seconds left. We're going to have to kick it back. Defensive battle. It really has been. This has been, I don't know. I mean, they're moving up and down the field. Okay, both sides are.
Dude, we keep killing ourselves. That's the second time we've been moving and then got a penalty and then, reverted back. Especially with as young a team as this is, when you have a young team, man, those little penalties, it kind of adds up and that, that confidence level kind of dwindles a little bit. Well, nonetheless, your Pinnacle Pioneers are leading 9-7, 46.7 seconds left in the first half.
Another sponsor shout out. This time we're going to go to Drymax. Thanks to Drymax for sponsoring the boys in blue. You'll notice the high-tech socks on all of the varsity teams. Drymax, thank you.
So I would imagine McGuire's probably going to try to angle it here. I don't think they want Valez to touch it, do you?
No, I wouldn't. Easier said than done, though.
So Velez is going to go deep. He's going to stand at the 30. McGuire back to punt for your Pioneers.
That was interesting, the shift that you just saw from the punting unit for the Pioneers. Okay, they caused movement on Brophy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what was that call? Too many kids on the field? 12 men?
They got 12 guys on the field.
There you go. Big number 90 lumbers off the field. They're coming after him. Uh-oh, and they got him.
Dude, you can't.
That hurts.
That really hurts.
Yeah, that's, I didn't see, I wasn't watching where the breakdown came in the punt coverage, but that's one of the few miscues I've seen on special teams. You got to get that ball quick out of there.
When
quickly.
you see them coming like that as a punter, you've got less than 2 seconds to get it off. You got to take it and kick it.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's going to certainly put him in field goal range. We just got to keep him out of the end zone. Brophy's got 41.6 seconds left, and that's one of the few miscues on special teams I've seen all year.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Broncos at the Pinnacle 14, let's call it 13-yard line. Broncos have 2 timeouts remaining, so they got plenty of time with 41.6 seconds. It's a big series for the Pinnacle Pioneer defense. Velez is going to go deep. They're going to be in a double tight I formation. They're going to fake it to Velez, roll to the right, and they're going to overthrow intended for number 40.
Credit that part of that overthrow to
Walter
Mr.
Adams.
Ohio, Josh Stedman, who did a nice job applying pressure. The receiver was wide open. There was a breakdown in coverage somewhere in the secondary or the linebacking core, one of the two. It looked like they had 2 guys on the deep receiver and nobody covering underneath. But Josh Stedman got his hands up there, and it caused what's usually a pretty easy pitch and catch to where the ball was slightly overthrown.
So Knox is going to go shotgun. Velez to his right. 2nd down and 10. He's going to roll to the right. He's going to come back to the left. And, great defense by Drew Dixon.
They're going to call him for holding, I think.
For holding?
I think so. I don't know. He looked right at Drew when he threw the flag. So.
Wow. Seriously?
Looked like pretty good coverage to me.
I thought that was great coverage.
What'd they call? Was it holding? Or PI? Was it pass interference?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So it moves. It ends up being about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, not big. So we're going to be 2nd and 4 from about the 7-yard line. Knox is going to go under center. Velez deep. Motion. They're going to pitch it out to Velez. Velez is going to try to get to the outside. Cuts it back to the inside and is going to score right before halftime.
Ooh.
Gosh darn it.
Boy, it's been it's been back and forth like we knew. I mean, we took the ball away twice with 2 turnovers. That miscue on the punt, that blocked punt, is the difference here. So instead of going up, into halftime, we're going to be down about 5. But here's the thing. When you look at yardage and everything else, everything's pretty close, Nate. I mean, the boys know that they can hang with this Brophy team. Snaps down, kicks up, and
looks like it's good.
Yeah. So 14-9 with 24.6 seconds left. How about a nice return here, huh? Velcro,
that would be nice.
Who was it? Was it Sarah Pena Robinson or Vaughn? It was Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Yeah, Velcro Vaughn is also very dangerous as a returner. Well, with that, we'll go back to one of our sponsor shout-outs, and we're going to return back to the top to our championship sponsor. That's Chapman Ford. There's a lot of places in the valley where you can buy a Ford, but only one gives you the Chapman choice. Savings, selection, and service. That's Chapman Ford on McDowell Road in Scottsdale, home of the Chapman choice. Kind of hard when you're doing a sponsor shout-out, and I got Tim's voice right above me over the loudspeaker, and he's doing a different one.
Yep.
Tim Storrs, our normal broadcast partner. The first 3 home games, folks, is downstairs doing the game live for all the fans in the stands. Good, by the way, great crowd here tonight.
Yeah, big crowd.
Holy cow, there's got to be 2,500, 3,000 people here.
So Silver's in to kick off for the Broncos. Back deep for your Pioneers is going to be Anthony Vaughn, who had a nice 48-yard kick return last time. Would be nice if we could get up there again and then maybe look at a Hail Mary right before half.
Spencer's got the arm.
Vaughn is going to stand at his 5. They're going to pooch kick it.
Smart.
I think we'll probably just take a knee here with only 22 seconds left in the first half.
Well, you don't want a mistake. When they've got a field goal kicker with the kind of leg that kid has, if you are going to do anything, you tell Spencer, if it's not there, throw the ball in the stands. But I'd be curious to see, with 22 seconds left, if they can pick up 15 or 20, they would have a shot to go deep.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. You don't want to take the risk. I don't know if you want to take the risk of running into maybe an interception to give. Their field goal kicker just missed that 51-yarder. You don't want to give them another 3 points. Rattler's going to go shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs is going to take it up the middle, picks up about 4, and that should be it.
Looks like the coaching staff agreed with your assessment there, Nate.
Don't have to run another play unless Brophy calls timeout. And that's going to be it. And since it's just Todd and I tonight, we're going to go ahead and cut out here at halftime, and then we'll be back at the start of the third quarter.
Folks, one of Pinnacle sponsors, Big Blue sponsor, Desert Ridge Marketplace is your shopping, dining, and entertainment destination with live music every Friday, Saturday night. If you're not here, if you're at Desert Ridge Friday night, you need to be here. And featuring over 100 shops and restaurants, a proud sponsor, Big Blue sponsor of Pinnacle football. Folks, focus your attention to the center field for our varsity Palm squad. Good, a big round of applause for our varsity Palm squad. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Big Blue Band as they enter the field for tonight's halftime performance. The marching band is performing the first of 3 of their competitive songs that they will be doing this year. After that, the Big Blue Band is very excited to have the 7th and 8th graders from Mountain Trail and Explorers join them on the field to play. Radioactive by Imagine Dragons and the Pinnacle Fight Song. The Big Blue Band will travel to Liberty High School next weekend for their first contest of the year, where they will defend their first place finish for the last 2 years under the direction of drum major Howie Hoogstand. Here is the Big Blue Band and Mountain Trail and Explorers 7th and 8th grade bands.
Which one? Mountain Trail. That's where Bradley went. What's that?
Here is the Big Blue Band and Mountain Trail and Explorers 7th and 8th grade bands.
Which one? Mountain Trail. That's where Bradley went. What's that?
When you have the best-selling trucks in the valley, you appreciate a great ground game. That's why Chapman Ford is a proud supporter of Pinnacle Pioneers football. Chapman Ford on McDowell Road in Scottsdale.
You can make the Chapman choice.
takeaways are so far.
James Mello with the Social Saturday at Behind the Glass, the controls. There's been a bunch of them already early here, some of the takeaways. And I call them wows on Friday night. You mentioned Saguaro. They'll be fine, but, there's some surprising what these teams have done to start the year. And certainly Pinnacle is one of those teams as well because they opened up. And I didn't go to the opening night game. They played Chandler, and we knew that Pinnacle, they lost Brian Lewerke. They lost a lot of their senior leadership, the outstanding quarterback who went to Michigan State. They were going to play with a lot of young kids. You knew it was going to be, but they bounced back in a big way this week. And, again, they're doing with a freshman quarterback. That's certainly deserving of a wow.
Yeah, and you never count out a Dana Zupke team. Never.
Never count him. Well, he's kind enough. He gets up on Saturday morning after a big win last night. The Pinnacle Pioneers bouncing back, rolling last night with a win 20-12 over Saguaro. Well, maybe not rolling. They hung on with a great defensive effort late. Dylan Stevenson with the interception. And he's kind enough to join us. I don't know if he's done breaking down film or he's headed to film study. He's the head coach at Pinnacle Pioneers, Dana Zupke. Hey, Coach, it's Kevin McCabe, Jose Garcia. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well, thanks, Kevin. Yeah, we're right in the middle of work right now.
Okay, so we're interrupting that, but we appreciate your time. And let me, first and foremost, how important, how neat, how good, after what you went through to open the season against a dominating force in Chandler, for what these kids to rally and come back and get a victory in this game, how big was that for you?
Yeah, I think that really helped us boost our confidence after that first week game against Chandler. We knew going into Chandler, defending state champs, loaded all over the field, it was going to be a tall order to beat them. But we certainly expected to play better. So it was nice to bounce back and fix some mistakes and use the bye week to really focus on us and fix our mistakes. And I think we addressed a lot of things.
We'll get into the game here in a little bit, but we did want to bring up, obviously, your decision to pick Spencer, a freshman, as your starting quarterback. What went into that decision, and how did Spencer make it easier for you to pick him as a starter?
Well, I'll be honest. It wasn't by choice. It was more by necessity. He's hands down the best quarterback in our program, and he trained and repped with our varsity all summer. But we did have a young man who was a junior that we expected to be our starter, and he decided not to play football right before the season started. And so I pulled Spencer in my office and say, well, it's going to be sooner rather than later. We thought, he'd probably be a sophomore starter, and the expectation was to play him on JV this year. But, things change, and we had to press him into service.
We're talking with Dana Zupke, head coach at Pinnacle, and, of course, his freshman quarterback there, Spencer Rattler, a great name, by the way. I think this is hey, Coach, but and I know James Mello, our executive producer, has a question for you, but this young man, I kind of joked. I said, he was in junior high a year ago. He was those ugly duckling days of 7th and 8th grade. He's a freshman, Coach, and you've been around this a long time. When we were growing up, freshmen weren't even allowed to talk to seniors. You ducked your head as you walked. He's leading your football team as a freshman, Coach.
Yeah, he's a very special young man. Aside from the talent and the athleticism, he's had some years of training at the quarterback spot, obviously, in the way he plays. But he's got a very high football IQ, and he's very intelligent. Just this summer and through the first 2 games, just to see his growth, it's just been remarkable. So, it's a lot about him on the inside as much as the talent in the arm.
Hey, Coach Zupke, you're on Saguaro's last night. You're on Saguaro's 1-yard line with about 2 minutes left. You're up by 8 points. You have a fumble on the 1-yard line, and it starts a drive by Saguaro that got down to your own 20. What do you say to your guys after a mistake like that in deep Saguaro territory? And what did you find out about your team kind of holding tough after a play like that really demoralized the team?
Yeah, we have a saying, I didn't invent it. I'm sure I stole it from somebody. It's just, hey, next play. Hey, let's go, guys, next play. That play's over. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's go on. Let's play. And I think that is really permeates in our program, that idea that, hey, bad things happen out on the football field. And that was, if you dwell on a situation like that and what could have been, it's defeating, and that will add to that demoralization. But if you go out there and just say, all right, defense, let's go out and get a stop. No big deal. Let's just keep playing. And, it was a freshman handing off to a sophomore right there. We got to look at that as a coaching staff and say maybe we don't want to put that situation where we could have put the game away right there.
A great mentality. I mean, you saw it after the Chandler loss. Get back at it. Don't give up. We were talking to our co-hosts, our colleagues here before our show started, and they were raving about a kid, number 71 on defense. I believe he transferred over, had a fabulous game last night. Not just him, but your defense also. But who's this 71 kid who transferred in, and what's going on with your D?
Well, 71 is a gentleman by the name of Devontae Drayton, and he came to us by way of the state of Michigan in the summertime. And I can't delve too deeply into his personal circumstances, but just I'll share with you that he's had some struggles, family struggles, and he's just a fine young man. And we weren't sure if he was even going to be eligible to play this year. He just got cleared to play this week, and it's so good for him. He's a young man that needs football in his life, and to see his transformation when he found out that he was eligible, it's just been incredible, and it's infectious on our team. He's obviously just his physical size is imposing, but it's more than that. It's his attitude. It's how he's befriended a group of young men that he's known for only a couple of months, and how they've taken him in, and it just he's a part of our family now, and it really showed in the way he stepped up and played last night.
And you can find him on Twitter on Almighty D. He already has, Kevin, believe it or not, 36,000 tweets out there. So the young man is busy on the field and off the field as well.
You're social. You gotta have that. Hey, just a couple of other names on your team that make you go. I know you've got a special kid, a junior wide receiver and linebacker named William Zupke. I'm not sure, but who are some? And I love you. You got to give your son some love. But how special are some of these other young men that have stepped in, knowing that you lost some big time talent last year? I mean, not only big time in Arizona, but nationally acclaimed talent. Who are some of these kids that have stepped up this year? Some other names you can give a shout out to this morning, Coach?
Well, we've got this group, this real special core of guys, our linebacker core, who also doubles up on the offensive side and the running back and the slot. So it starts, and they're our leaders too. So it starts with Drew Dixon, Nick Ferrara, and Justin Mandrola. Those big three. Those are our three starting backers. They're seniors. All of them are very talented young men, and they play with a lot of heart. And they really really stepped up their game last night and are starting to show that senior leadership on the field that we need to be successful. They just play with a lot of heart, both sides of the ball, a lot of those hard runs, and Mandrola playing the slot receiver had some big catches in traffic, and then they're getting it done on the defensive side as well.
Well, I'm guessing they're probably sitting there because you control the clicker, waiting to watch some more film, all your assistant coaches and your staff. And again, you get to come on the radio in big time and hang out with Coop on Friday Night Lights. How important is your staff, and who are some of those guys that are breaking down film and doing the job for virtually pennies?
Yeah, some of them less than that. But my offense coordinator, Vinny Siliberti, who's actually a younger coach on my staff, but he's actually the senior member of my staff. He's been with me since the beginning. He's in his 13th year, just like me. Came to me when he wasn't even of legal age yet when he started coaching with me, and now he's running our offense, and he just does a fantastic job there. And then Mike Lamani, my defensive coordinator, just very sharp guy. Been with me for several years. Been running the defense now for I think he's going into his fourth year running the defense, and we just get better and better on that side. We're more on the same page. I've got my hand more on that side of the ball. We work really well together, with the secondary and the front, and both those two guys. I lean on them a lot for a lot of their work, and then I've got one of the best line coaches in the state, I think, and Tom Burke. He's been with me. I actually coached Chaparral with Tom back in 2002, and then I spent about 5 years trying to convince him to come over to Pinnacle, which he finally did. But he's also our strength coach. One of the things that I really take a lot of pride in our program is we're physical, and we match up physically with teams on Friday night, and that's a testament to Tom and what he's done with our strength program.
And you see that, Coach. You really have grown, and You've got some horses out there. Hey, we wish you a continued. I can't believe it's been 13 years, though. I remember when you were this young little newbie up there, and I do. I mean, I'm looking back. I go, wow, it's okay. Great stuff. Hey, Coach, we need to hang out more often. Continued success. I'm glad you were able to rally these kids and stay out of their way. Let them get a win last night, and we wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Kevin.
Dana Zupke, the head coach there at Pinnacle Pioneers. And that's a testament to their strength, Coach, because they were the little new school on the north end of town, and as are the demographics up there. It's a well-to-do area. But that's not to say these kids aren't hardworking and put it in the weight room, and they have met that challenge.
No, they got Saguaro, they got Chaparral, they got a lot of competition, and they proved it last night against a very good Saguaro team. And what's going on with Saguaro? I think that's one of the big questions going on. They actually are a Division II team. It seems like they belong there, but what's going on with their offense? We know their defense was going to struggle. They're inexperienced on defense, but something's going on offensively that they got to fix.
It is a little surprising, but it's still early. That's one of those social Saturday questions. What has jumped out at you here to start the season? Hey, we only just begun here on Arizona Sports Prep 365, the radio program. Jose Garcia, Kevin McCabe in the controls here. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we're going to take you out to the east side and talk Hamilton football. We try not to, but you have to. They make us.
They force you.
They force you to. We're going to introduce you to an outstanding young man who's making his name not only here, not only in high school, but nationwide. Four-star defensive lineman Garrett Rand. On deck next on 98.7 Arizona Sports Prep 365.
All right, folks, welcome back after the interview with Coach Zupke. This is Todd Dixon along with Nate Nordstrom. 14-9, 120 until we kick off the second half. It's been a good one. I'm sorry, go ahead, Nate.
I said it has had the lead going there, and then had that blocked punt, which then equated into a go-ahead touchdown with 22 seconds left in the first half for the Broncos.
Yeah, if you take a look at stats so far on the game, for your Pioneers, Spencer Rattler's 12 for 15 for 95 yards. No touchdowns, no picks on the ground. We got 75 yards total, 14 of those coming from Rattler on 2 carries with 1 touchdown. And 26 yards for Drew Dixon on 5 carries, 20 yards from Hunter Griggs on 6 carries. And then you've got Sarah Pena Robinson, Logan Friedman, and David Lee each with a carry for 5 yards. Brophy's got us by total yards, though. We've given up 102 yards so far on the ground, 87 of that to Velez, and that is their main stud. He's averaging 140 per game. We've got Cade Knox for the Broncos, who's thrown 2 picks, 1 touchdown, and he's got 119 yards so far.
Well, I think we really have a good grasp on their offense defensively. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments we made here at halftime. We've been a very good halftime adjustment team this year. So I'm looking forward to see how we adjust. And, honestly, if it hadn't been for that blocked punt, it's a 9-7 Pinnacle lead.
Or more. Yeah, and penalties. We had a couple penalties that killed us. We've had 2 interceptions on defense, which is huge. Dylan Stevenson, the super soft, came up with one of them. And he's played very solid. But, the biggest thing is Brophy's line, offensive line, we've got to be able to slow down Velez out of the backfield because that's the tough thing. But we do get the ball first here.
So Silver's going to kick off for the Broncos. Back deep is going to be your Anthony Velcro Vaughn, who has had a heck of a game catch-wise. Unbelievable. He's made some great catches
He really
tonight.
has. Leading receiver on the year. He's having a great senior season.
So he's going to stand at his own 5-yard line. Maybe call it he's going to back up now to about the 2. Silver's kick is up. He's going to squib kick it again. Oh, what? He's going to let Vaughn pick it up. Vaughn's at the 15. He's going to get outside, cut back to the left, and it's going to be gobbled up right around the 13-yard line.
That's a challenging way to start it off. We got a penalty as well. We may have blocking in the back or holding perhaps on the return team. See what they call. Yep, holding. Well, that's going to back us up to probably 7.
After this, it's a goal line.
So it's going to be first and 10 from our own 6. And out comes your Pioneer offense, led by the Snake, Spencer Rattler, freshman quarterback.
So looks like Drew Dixon and Griggs are going to both be in there, right, to start off here the second half. Griggs is going to go deep. Shotgun for Rattler. Rattler's going to hand it off to Griggs. Going to follow his block, pick up about 4 on the play. Well, call it 3.
He just got tripped up.
Yep.
Boy, if he could have kept his feet on that, he was good for at least another 8-10 yards. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Dixon's going to move to the tailback position. Griggs is going to go fullback to the left of Rattler. Going to be a handoff to Drew Dixon. He's got some running room, breaks a tackle, going to come up just shy of the first down, pick up of about another 4 or 5.
Captain Air Force, Drew Dixon.
Going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Little ground and pound.
Griggs now going to tailback. Rattler's going to hand it off to Drew Dixon. He's got some running room, breaks a tackle. He's got some open field. He's at the 30, the 35, carries a tackler.
You remember
nice pick up at 22 for the senior running back.
when they put him in that up fullback position? You remember Mike Allstott for the Tampa Bay Bucks? Drew reminds me of that. He's limping a little. That's not good. Hopefully nothing serious.
So that gives us some great field position.
Friedman checking in, so you now have Friedman and Griggs in the backfield.
So Griggs is going to be deep. Going to be a handoff to Griggs. He's going to follow Friedman. He's got some running room. Cuts it back up to the center. Oh, and that's a horse collar.
You know what? Nice lead block by Friedman, who just checked in for Drew. He's not nearly as big as Drew Dixon, but he'll mix it up. That was a nice lead block.
He likes contact, though.
Absolutely.
How do you not call a horse collar on that one, man? That was right there in the middle.
Well, good drive so far for the Pioneers.
Griggs going to go deep. Friedman is the fullback. Fake it to Griggs. Rattler's going to go deep, and he's got Vaughn.
Double coverage. That well covered. Spencer took a shot there. Yeah, when he looks at film, not sure he'd want to take that one again. When you got deep cover 2 like that and a safety over the top.
Well, and that was a freshman. You could tell that was a freshman throw. He didn't look the safety off to the left. He followed Vaughn the whole way, which allowed the safety to come over. And it's learning.
Didn't have quite as tight of a spiral as we've seen normally, too. I think he just...
So 2nd and 10. Going to be handoff to Friedman. He's got some running room. Breaks a tackle. Spins around. Going to pick up 15. Keeps going, and he's going to pick up 16 on the play.
He's tough, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
I like Friedman. He's tough. He's fired up, too. That's good. Well, in the offensive line, they're trying to impose their will, which is good. They're blowing open some nice holes.
Well, and Friedman gives us a little bit of that juking back versus these big backs of Griggs and Dixon and Farrar. So it's a nice transition. Going to hand it off to Friedman again. He's got some running room up the center and meets Paulo.
That's Diaz Infante.
Yeah,
leading tackler for the Brophy Broncos. Pops played in the NFL for years, so
couldn't shed that guy.
You know what? You were right. You hit the nail on the head, Nate, because he's really quick on that right off the get-go.
So now he's going to move to fullback. They're going to put Griggs at tailback. That was a pickup of 6, 2nd and 4. Going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs is going to cut it back out to the left side. He's up the center, got some running room, breaks another tackle, carries him for another 5, pickup of 10, down to the Brophy 25.5-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 26. Okay.
Both underclassmen. Griggs a sophomore, Friedman a junior. So you're going to see that combination next year.
And a freshman quarterback.
Absolutely. Look how far off
Here
they're
we go,
playing on
split
Vaughn.
backs.
Anthony Vaughn. Boy, I've been jinxing these kids tonight. I called Justin out earlier. I got to be careful. The cornerback's playing about 15 yards off the ball for Anthony Vaughn at receiver. And the minute I call Anthony's name, he Velcro jumps just a split second too early. Penalties, uncharacteristic. We've seen, I think, more penalties from the Pioneers tonight than we have throughout most of the year. 8:50 left in the third, folks. Tight game. We knew it would be. Defensive struggle.
Rattler's going to go shotgun, split backs, rolls to his right, rolls to his right, comes back and dumps it into the ground for Vaughn.
Pretty much threw it away. And I think, what they're telling him is that you could tell. He wasn't the tight coverage. He threw that straight into the ground to the receiver. Better than taking a sack or risking an interception or trying to squeeze it in there. So they'll bring up 2nd and 15 from the 31.
So Rattler's going to go shotgun. Griggs deep. Going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs cuts back to the center. Meets
Diaz-Infante. Yeah, he's a load. He's being recruited by quite a few as well. There's about 6 kids on the Broncos. I was reading up on this. Heading to play Division I next year. A lot of them in the Ivy League, so not your powerhouse.
So pick up of 4 on the play. Bring up 3rd and 11. Brophy's a tough school academically. My son went there, so a lot of those kids go to MIT and the Ivy League schools or Patriot League schools. Going to go Rattler to
in pattern.
That was intended for Spawn, and that was close.
So you got 4th and 11 now from the 27. That's probably just a little outside of the range for.
Yeah, it'd be a 40-yard field goal. I think the farthest we've seen McGuire make a kick is 33. So 4th down and 11. Big 4th down here for the Pioneer offense. Going to go split back again. Shotgun. Rattler back. Plenty of time. Steps up in the pocket. Completes it to Cash, and he's going to skip down the sideline. Touchdown, Pioneers!
Cash, you know what he is?
Yep. Money. Boy, that was a great route by Cash. That was a great pass by Spencer, the Snake Rattler, and he did a great job. He got a great block by Vaughn to spring him down the sideline. So 7:49 here left in the
I'll tell you what.
third quarter. Now that's an interesting call to me because we missed the first extra point, and that puts us up by 2. But I'm surprised we didn't go because regardless, a field goal wins the game, right? If you make the 2 point, then it's a field goal would tie it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's kind of an interesting call.
It's so hard. I mean, when you come down to those.
Got a dead ball foul, personal foul against
the Pioneers. What for? I didn't catch who it was, but that's going to unfortunately. That's going to. Yeah, it is. That's something I'm sure when film comes up, there's been a lot more yellow hankies thrown around the field. And that's what drives a coach nuts. You want to figure out a way if you're a player. Kids, if you're at home listening and you're in Pop Warner, whatever level you are, you want to run a lot of sprints the following week. The more yellow hankies that fly, usually the more you're going to run. Because that drives coaches absolutely insane. Go back to one of our sponsor shout-outs, folks. We all the money that comes in from our sponsors really helps Coach Danny Zupke and everybody else to really build this program up. So thank you to all the sponsors. But let's go back to Grimaldi's at DC Ranch. Visit Grimaldi's Pizzeria to experience the aroma on pizza and calzones baked to perfection in our signature coal brick oven. The perfect place after the game, located conveniently in DC Ranch. That's Grimaldi's. Thank you. Well, back and forth, Nate. 16-14. Total yards, we got to be pretty squared up with them at this point. I think we are. In fact, we might have a slight edge.
So we're gonna kick off from our own 25. Back deep for the Broncos, you're gonna have number 6 Penninger and number 85 Campton.
267 yards total offense for your Pioneers at this point. The Brophy Broncos have put up 221. So about like the score. We've got a slight edge and score, slight edge. And we're winning the turnover battle 2-1 because I'm calling that, block punts pretty much turnover.
So McGuire to kick. And it looks like Penninger is going to have it at the 30, 35, cuts it back out to the 40. trying to get around the edge. He's not going to get around the edge. He's going to be brought down at about the 46-yard line of the Brophy Broncos.
Nice hustle and good tackle by number 35 for your Pioneers, and that is the younger Jewel, Noah Jewel. We had his father, Rick, up here last week, and nice job on special teams. He's one of the gunners. And a really good job pursuing, and you did see some of the speed that Pops was talking about last week on that. Great job.
So out come Cade Knox with the Brophy offense.
Good time for the defense to step up here.
Broncos are going to go trips to the right, shotgun. Velez to the right, deep of Knox. Knox is going to roll to his right. He's got some pressure. Oh, just missed him. He lets it go for McClanahan. McClanahan incomplete.
You know what's happening on the good pressure, you're right, Nate. Mr. Ohio in his face, couldn't quite corral him. Knox is a very mobile quarterback. But what you're seeing from downfield in the secondary, they'll have their deep receiver 40, 50 yards back, and then their underneath guys just kind of slip behind the linebackers. We've seen that all night. And it's tough. I mean, if you're in coverage and if you've got a good mobile quarterback that's got 4 or 5 seconds to throw, it's tough to maintain coverage back there, for sure.
So Knox is going to go split with Velez to his right, Pinnacle to his left. Fakes it, hands it to Pinnacle, and Pinnacle's going to be taken down for a 5-yard loss by Baby Mandrola.
Atta baby. Great play by linebacker Justin Mandrola. Did you see him knock it out of the park there? His little celebration.
Going to back him up 5. The Brophy Broncos 5 bring up a big 3rd down and 15 for your Pinnacle Pioneer defense. This will be a huge stop right here. Knox is going to go shotgun. Velez deep to his right. Motion by Pinnacle. Knox back. Looking, he's got some pressure. He's going to roll. And he's going to try to, great play by the defensive back.
Got there right as the ball got there.
Right as the ball was getting to McClanahan. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 15, which is going to be a punting situation for the Broncos, I would imagine.
He was able to escape, the pass rush again. And that, I'll tell you what, Stedman, number 8, defensive end, who moved here from Ohio in the offseason, folks, he's a senior. He's a really good end. And he's I'll tell you what, it's a tough challenge tonight to keep that guy in the pocket.
So going back deep for your Pioneers is going to be Sarah Pena, X Factor Robinson. And I can't make out the number who the punter is. Looks like number 15, Russ Valez. Sarah Pena is going to let it go. Yeah, it's going to bounce. We're going to have decent field position right around the 20.
Nice job by the return. You had,
that was a big stop right there.
Stevenson, super soft, the corner, on the punt return that time, came down to block, and a very heads-up play for the youngster, knowing that ball was bouncing around to get as far away from it as he could. A lot of your younger players don't get that until later on in their experience level in varsity football. Well, so far so good, Nate. 6:30 left in the 3rd quarter. We've been able to come out, score in our first drive, held them on defense. Now let's see if we can do it again.
So here comes the snake. Going to be a handoff to Sarah Pena Robinson. He's got some running room. He's at the 20, cuts it out of bounds at about the 23.
Nice gain of 4, little jet sweep.
Yeah.
You know, there were big shoes to fill from last year's squad when you had Culis and all the other weapons at receiver. But I'll tell you what, I'm seeing a lot of growth.
Nicely this year.
These kids are really growing. They're doing a great job.
Going to go spread again. Back behind. Going to be a handoff to Griggs. Griggs is going to try to get outside again, and he's going to go out of bounds after a pickup of about, let's call it 2. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5, long 5, short 6, it looks like.
When you're talking about the run-pass mix, what I'm noticing here in the first couple of drives, a lot more on the ground.
Yes.
They must have saw something, from the first half they're trying to exploit.
So Griggs is going to stay in at tailback. Going to go shotgun with the snake, spread formation, tight end Cash to the left. Back to pass. He's got some running room, picks up the ball, and going to go out of bounds. Boy, that's close to a late hit. Picks up 2, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 4, 4th and 3. It looks like we're going to have to punt it.
Fast. That's what you see from the defense of Brophy. You know, again, folks, Brophy on the year only allowing on average 10 points a game. And they pretty much, they had a tight one last week at Red Mountain, but their other 3 victories were all blowouts.
Yeah.
So it's a good football team we're scoring off against tonight for sure.
So here we go. Mandrola into punt. And he's going to take off and run. And he's going to get the first down.
There you go. That's why you have.
What a great play call.
Here's what I don't know. I don't know if that's an option that Justin decides. In other words, if you don't see it,
it has to, because that was wide open. He looked like he was going to punt. Everybody dropped back, and this right side opened wide up, and he took off. So that's a big first down. Gutsy call by the coaching staff. I love Dana's a risk taker. I like it.
That is the system.
So here we go. We got Griggs deep. He's going to cut it to the outside. He's going to be. Oh, he breaks a tackle. He carries 2 more. Pickup of about 3 out to the 34-yard line.
Boy, he broke 4 tackles to get there, Nate.
Boy, he ran right through number 90, the big Division I standout for them.
Yeah.
That's Murphy, isn't it?
It is Murphy.
Yeah.
Got a brother playing in the NFL.
He played at Stanford. His big brother played at Stanford. Was a second-round draft pick by the Redskins this last year. So the Rattlers going to go shotgun.
Now, are they going to get the Pioneers on offense? Yeah.
Yep. Call movement.
The blitz was coming. Their strong safety for Brophy was heading towards.
I didn't see anybody move.
Yeah,
Did you?
I have no idea. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 12, though.
Going to back us up 5. Rattler's going to go shotgun with Drew Dixon now moving to the tailback position. Griggs at the fullback. Going to fake it to Dixon. And completes it to.
They're going to say he was down? No, that's a fumble. That's a fumble.
To Griggs. Griggs fumbles it, and it's returned for a touchdown by Brophy.
Looked like the ball came out right before he hit
the knee.
Yeah, it looked like it was a legitimate fumble. And, boy, 2 big plays. If you take a look at this ball game, there's 2 big plays that have really killed us.
And that fumble return right there.
And really, the blocked punt, I'm calling a turnover. So now what that does is that evens up the turnover battle on the night. We've had 2 picks. But Brophy,
you know what? That was a great read by Rattler. That was the right read.
Yeah, the strong safety was coming.
You know, where he was tackled would have given us a 3rd down and 2, very manageable. So it happens. Got to shake it off. So Brophy has an opportunity to take a 21-16 lead here with the extra point if it's good. Snap is down. The kick is up. It looks good. And with 5:09 left here in the 3rd quarter, it's your Pinnacle Pioneers 16, the Brophy Broncos 21.
All right, folks, let's go back to one of our sponsor shout-outs. This time it's Aquaman Pools. Aquaman Pool Service. Technicians are certified pool experts who take the time to make your pool safe, sparkling, and fun. Visit pinnaclepoolspecial.com for a special offer on service. And I'll echo Nate downstairs, and let's talk about Chapman Ford. There's a lot of places in the valley where you can buy a Ford, but only one gives you the Chapman choice. Savings, selection, and service. That's Chapman Ford on McDowell Road in Scottsdale, home of the Chapman choice. Well, so 5:09 left in the 3rd quarter. Stats are just about even. Turnover battle now is just about even. We knew this would be tight. And there's no question in my mind. Quite honestly, the last 2 times varsity played Brophy, we got blown out in 11 and 12.
Brian Lewerke's on tonight, the future quarterback for Michigan State.
There you go, Brian. Shout out to you, buddy.
Congratulations to your guys' big victory last week over the Oregon Ducks. And it looks like Burleson's going to pick the ball up. He's going to get out to about the 27-yard line.
Hey, Brian, for the record, I was going for the Spartans. I don't know about my guy to my left, but for the record, we had your back. Go green.
Again, I text David, and I told him to tell Brian congratulations, because although I'm a Duck, I still kind of, you want. I've known Brian since he was, in 7th grade.
I'd love to get Brian's take on this new quarterback that's here.
It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. I don't know if you were listening last week, Brian, but it
Brian's-
reminds me a lot of you, kid.
Brian said he set some big shoes for other kids to fill.
Well,
here,
yeah, the top
so.
2 passing years in the history of the school, Mr. Brian Lewerke, the laser gun. Wasn't that the nickname we had?
Yep, laser gun Lewerke. So here we go. Rattler's going to hand it off, and Friedman
He's tough.
is going to pick
Man,
up
that
about
kid's
7 on the play. I like his little scat back running.
He's like a pinball, isn't he?
He really is.
He's like a little pinball. He's just bouncing off these guys. You know, the ground game is working. It really is.
So Friedman's going to go deep in the eye again. We're going to have Rattlers in shotgun. Going to hand it off to Friedman again. He's going to kind of squirm up there, pick up another 2, bring up a manageable 3rd, and let's call it 1.5.
Well, the yards are starting to pile up on the ground. We just need to turn into points. It's according to the last stat update. That's 162 on the ground so far tonight, more than the passing. Last week was just the opposite. It was 2-to-1 passing to running. Substitution coming in the game, big number 79.
We had a helmet come off on.
That's McGuffey.
Somebody's helmet came off, and so he had to come out. So Griggs is going to come in with Friedman.
3rd and a piece of bubble gum from the first down.
Pretty much. Got to get this play off. Going to be hand off to Griggs. He's going to try to cut it outside. He's got some running room. Breaks another tackle and going to pick up 4, enough for the first down.
You know what I like? That's a sophomore that just had a huge fumble. One of the few mistakes he's made all year. You know what I love? He forgot about it. He's coming back out, and he's playing hard.
Yep. Nice pickup of 5 for Griggs. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for your Pioneers at their own 43-yard line. So we've got another good drive coming, or going, rather, I should say, not coming, going.
So, 42-yard line.
So, hand off to Friedman. Friedman gets, gosh darn, he runs hard. Gets kind of stuck there in the melee of the line. Going to pick up maybe half a yard on the play. Bring up 2nd and 9.5.
You were talking about Lewerke earlier. School record, 2,780 yards in 2013 is junior year, second best. 2,718 is senior year.
Yep.
So that's what Spencer's chasing.
Spencer's going to swing it out to Vaughn. It's going to be a low throw, incomplete.
Now that one's on Spencer. You don't usually see him do that. There's been a couple of low throws tonight, but not that many. Well, this is big. 3rd and 9, down 5, with 2:58 left in the third quarter. Might see him sling it here, Nate. All-out blitz by the Broncos.
Yep, he's going to go deep, and there it is. It's there. Nice catch by Spawn.
Yes.
And they're going to say he was inbounds. That's a nice pickup at 27 yards.
And credit the young freshman for recognizing
the blitz.
There was 3 backers coming. They threw the house at Spencer that time. And again, where's that rattlesnake venom at? Because the Rattler got him again. Beautiful throw.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for your Pioneers. That was a big 3rd down and 10.
Beautiful fade pattern.
Oh, beautiful. Griggs is going to be deep behind Rattler. They're going to hand it off to Griggs. He's going to try to get outside. He's going to try to get outside and loses about 3.
Columber, Cucumber, the left tackle, getting off the turf, but underneath him was one of the defensive players.
Absolutely.
You like to see that. I'll tell you what, Brophy's, it's like run blitzes is what they're doing. I mean, They're really crowding the line.
And if you notice their ends, their outside backers, 33 and 36, are coming across and then coming down the line.
Yep.
Rattler's going to roll to his right. He's going to pitch it out to Griggs. Griggs is going to be taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
He might have gotten 1 or 2, but covered up pretty well. Nate, you hit the nail on the head. It's almost like they're bringing the outside backers 3 out of every 4 plays.
They're basically running. They're running a 3-4, but they're bringing the backers up to basically run a 5-2.
Correct.
And what they're doing is they're having the backers come 2 steps across and then straight down the line.
Well, they have the same challenge as what we do on defense, trying to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Because you have 2 very good quarterbacks when they get out in space.
So here we go, 3rd down and 12. Oh, what a great pass and catch by Vaughn. He's going to cut it back to the inside, get to the outside, and he's going to be leveled. Leveled right at the 8-yard line. What a great run by Vaughn. Holy camole.
That kid came to play tonight, and he loves the contact. Now, listen, if you give, you're going to receive once in a while, and he took it in the chin that time.
Nice pickup of about 26 on the play. Boy, Vaughn got absolutely depleted. He didn't see that cornerback.
No. He delivered a blow like that earlier, though, so I'm sure they're going to check him out and make sure he's okay.
Yeah, you got the trainers over there right now checking him out to make sure he doesn't have a concussion. Going to be a handoff to Griggs. Griggs going to run up the middle, pick up about 3, down to the 5. So 2nd goal from the 5, trailing 21-16, 107 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. What a great game we've had tonight, Todd.
Yeah, I knew this would be a good one. It's not like years past when we just didn't have as many kids as Brophy. Obviously, they can recruit, flat out recruit, because it's a private school.
Yep.
You know.
So here we go. Griggs and Friedman in the backfield. They're going to go split back shotgun with the Snake Rattler. 2nd goal from the 5. Rattler back to pass. Looking. He's going to swing it out to Cash. Cash is going to get into the end zone. That's his 2nd touchdown catch of the night. 3 touchdown throws by the freshman.
Show me the money.
That's it.
What a great play by Cash.
They're going to go for 2.
Yeah, you were talking about it earlier.
Yep.
Now it's a little bit later in the ball game. Now they're going to play that card. Sometimes earlier in the game, you choose not to do that. But great effort by Cash and a good job by the freshman.
Yeah, they blitzed everybody again.
Yeah, they're coming after him.
It's amazing how he can get that ball in such tight windows as a freshman. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
because Cash was covered by that backer. I mean,
yeah.
Boy, can he throw. Going to be a handoff to, is that Dixon?
I don't know if we got it. We didn't.
We did not get it.
Well, 42 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, folks. We got a good one. Boy, do we have a good one.
22-21. There's 42 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, on that change of possession, we're going to go back to one more shout out to a sponsor here. That's California Pizza Kitchen. California Pizza Kitchen proudly supports PHS football. They're serving up California creativity with a range of inspired dishes, from hand-tossed and hearth-baked California-style pizzas to imaginative salads, pastas, entrees, soups, sandwiches, handcrafted cocktails, premium wines, and craft beers. So that's California Pizza Kitchen at Desert Ridge. And here comes your hit squad. The smiling assassin, Maxie, is he out there? I don't know if I see Alexander. Host of others. It's going to be a big series on defense.
So McGuire ready to kick off. You've got Pinnaker and Campton deep. Looks like it's going to go to Pinnaker. Nope, go to Hampton. They're going to fake it. Actually, that's Velez. They put Velez in there, and Velez has got a seam. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown.
Special teams.
Killing us.
It's been a really good year until tonight on special teams. We've had some real breakdowns.
Wow.
That kid's a weapon, man. He's good. And every week you're going to see 1 or 2 kids at least on just about every Division I roster throughout the state. And the seesaw battle continues. So that'll put Brophy up 27-22, PAT pending.
But here's what I don't understand, okay? You see Velez go in there. Why do you kick it to Velez?
That's above my pay grade, brother. I don't know.
I mean, holy camole. Silver in for the extra point to make it 28-22. And the kick is up, and it's good. So with 29.2 seconds remaining in the third quarter, it's the visiting Brophy Broncos 28, your Pinnacle Pioneers 22.
What a wild third quarter this has been, too.
Well, think about it. Brophy can't move the ball on offense. They've got a fumble recovery for a touchdown. They've got a block punt that gave them a touchdown, and they've got a kick return for a touchdown.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head because we have 356 yards of total offense in this ball game. Brophy's sitting at 217, I believe.
Wow.
So 355 to 217. We really have moved the ball a lot more, and we're
controlling the line of scrimmage offensively.
Yeah, no, we are.
And defensively. I mean,
No,
they haven't their offense hasn't touched the ball except for one drive here in the second half.
And what's encouraging about that, Nate, is if you were to take a look at what everybody around the state that follows high school sports would say about Brophy, is that their line of scrimmage is one of their strengths.
Yeah, and we're controlling it, both sides of the ball.
3 kids on offense that are going to the next level, and one of the highest recruited defensive ends in Arizona.
So here we go. Anthony Velcro Vaughn back deep for your Pioneers. Silver kicking off for the Broncos, and he's going to kick it to Vaughn. Come on, Anthony. Anthony's got it at the 20, looking for a seam. Spins to the outside, cuts back to the inside. He's got some room. He's going to go. He's at the 30, cuts it back. Oh!
He tripped over his own
guy, which was Mandrola at the 35. Otherwise, that was gone.
Man, Velcro's got some shake and bake, doesn't he?
Boy, if he hadn't tripped, man, he was gone. There was nobody. That was the last guy, last line of defense.
Wow.
Thought we were going to go, you can score, we can score.
Exactly.
Boy, he's exciting to watch. It's so fun to watch him.
Big
so
series.
Here comes your offense. 18.6 seconds left here in the third quarter, trailing 28-22 to the visiting Broncos.
And you know what? Pretty much even through the air and on the ground. 177 and 178, respectively.
Griggs is going to be the tailback. He's going to go deep behind Rattler, who's in the shotgun. Going to go spread formation, cash to the left on the tight end. Going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs is going to cut it back up the middle. I like the play call. Get a little bit up in the middle there.
Yeah, tough sledding. Huge bodies everywhere in the middle of that.
Boy, look at number 90, Murphy, man. He is just huge.
6'7". He's 6'7".
Dude, he is just huge.
He's a big boy. Well, 6'7", Nate, 255.
You know, it's interesting. You know, his brother played at Stanford. Stanford plays USC tomorrow. Man, there's some good football games on tomorrow.
Yeah.
You got Ole Miss and Alabama. You got LSU and Auburn. You got, what's the other one? There's some great football on tomorrow. So that's going to be the end of the third quarter, and your Pinnacle Pioneers have the ball, getting ready to drive to hopefully take the lead and then absolutely stop this next drive by the Broncos. So Murphy has offers from Arizona, Arizona State, Boston College, Colorado, Michigan, Nebraska, Oklahoma State, Oregon State, San Diego State, Stanford, UCLA, USC, Vanderbilt, and Wisconsin. Holy camole.
You know what, though? I'm going to throw a shout-out to the tackles for the Pioneers tonight. Cucumber's done a pretty good job.
Oh, he's done a great job.
He really has. I mean, that's a tough kid he's going against. And they really have. I mean, when you take a look at our total yards, and give credit, I mean, Coach, defensive coordinator Mike Lamont told me when we were talking about Spencer Rattler, he's like, I would hate to have to game plan against that kid.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, he's a freshman, and we keep talking so highly about him. The kid's upside and his potential is just phenomenal.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen very few 14-year-old kids play football like this.
So here comes Rattler with your Pinnacle offense. Standing deep behind him is going to be Griggs. Going to bring Sarah Pena-Robinson in motion. They're going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs got some room to the outside, cuts it back to the inside, and is going to carry 2 more tacklers all the way up to about the 41-yard line. So a nice pickup of 6. Bring up a manageable third and about, let's call it a long 3, short 4.
Do you think that's a read option and Spencer decides whether
yes,
the sweep
he's watching the end.
Okay.
And he does a great job. He actually stuck the ball in Sarah Pena-Robinson's gut and then pulled it.
Right.
So it's an absolute read option by him. Big 3rd down and 3 here for your Pioneers. Going to go shotgun. Griggs deep. Rattler back to pass. Completes it to Stedman. Stedman's going to carry 3, 4, 5, 6 guys down to the 40. First down. Nice pickup of 20.
Great throw. Great catch. The Rattler to Mr. Ohio. Stedman's a nice target to have, and that's one thing.
Well, both he and Cash are big, tall kids.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tight end weapon that really fits in nicely with this offense.
Cash is the junior. Stedman's the senior. So here we go. Spread formation again. Going to be a handoff to Griggs. He's going to try to cut it outside. Gets tripped up. Loss of about 3 on the play. How do you mark him there?
Well, that time.
The ball was at the 42-yard line. He marks him at the 41. I mean, I'm sorry, the 44. I mean, it's crazy where they mark these guys.
You got the tight end in the single back set.
So here we go. Going to go spread formation again. Griggs deep in the back. Stedman to the left at tight end. Going to fake it. Going to pitch it out to Sarah Pena-Robinson. He's going to try to cut back to the inside. He's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes it's a guessing game, and that time Brophy only brought 3. And, they had 8 back in coverage, so it's a little bit tougher to throw the ball against 8.
10-13 and counting. A big 3rd down and 14 for your Pioneers at the Brophy 44.
What a great ball game this has been, though. Can't imagine too many around the state because this has been seesaw, back and forth, back and forth.
Griggs going to move to the left of Rattler. Rattler back to pass, got some pressure, steps up in the pocket, and gets rid of the ball and almost intercepted.
Took a pretty good shot.
But Spencer got hit by Murphy as he was throwing, so that's why the ball kind of wobbled out of there.
Now, here's what's going to be interesting. Are they going to have Justin in there punting again, or are they going to bring in they're going to bring in the normal punting unit with McGuire. They've already gotten 1 first down, but 4th and 15, field position comes into play now. You've really got to hope your defense has got to get a stop.
You got to be careful. Velez is deep for the Broncos. He's the one that returned that kickoff.
Well, and they blocked one earlier.
95 yards.
They may try again. They blocked one earlier. They've got 9 on the line. High snap.
High snap.
He got it off, but not
a great kick. He shanked it. And it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. So got a good roll.
Yeah, so you pick up about 18 yards in field position with that. And your defense needs to make a play. We had 2 interceptions I believe in the first quarter. Certainly they were in the first half.
Did.
I think they were both in the first quarter. And this, a turnover here would be huge because this really has been back and forth momentum. It's been a big play game. That's really what it comes down to.
So out comes Cade Knox with the Brophy offense rather. He's going to go under center. Velez is going to go deep. Penneker's going to move into the fullback position in a straight I. They're going to hand it off to Velez on the right side, breaks a tackle, and then gets stuffed after about a pickup of 6.
Justin Mandrola on the tackle. So now I wonder if Brophy's going to try to do the same thing. Just
they're going to try to run out the clock.
Yeah, just ground and pound.
9-10 and counting here left in the 4th quarter. Yeah, I would be very surprised if they pass it here unless they get in a 2nd and long or 3rd and long situation, and they're going to try to run it. They're running a straight pro set I. Going to be handoff to Velez. Velez has got a little bit of running room, breaks a tackle. He's got an alley, and he's going to go to the 40, try to cut back. Boy, he's got some great vision. Going to be brought down at the 22-yard line of Pinnacle. Boy, he's a patient runner, isn't he?
He is. Alex Flood on that tackle. And that was, the blocking. He had a little hole. It wasn't huge.
Nope.
But it's just in the open field. He's going to play somewhere next year.
Yeah,
he'll play on Saturdays.
He's definitely a fast kid. We got somebody down at midfield. Is that the big boom? Trying to see if that's going to be.
It was a Bronco. It was a Brophy kid, I think.
No,
okay.
That's the big boom.
Oh, that's Devontae
Drayden.
6'5", 370.
Looks like he's got a stinger.
Yeah. Nice to see Boom heading over there. Moved to Arizona over the summer, I believe.
Yep.
From Michigan, Detroit, I believe. All right, defense, we need a play here.
Well, we need a big play here. 8:39 left here in the fourth quarter. It's your Pinnacle Pioneers 22, the visiting Brophy Broncos 28. It's a big series. Knox under center. Going to hand it off to Velez. Velez kind of runs into a swarm
Much better job.
Pinnacle Pioneers and going to pick up absolutely nothing on that carry.
Much better job on the interior that time. You know, and the difference, there's some different players. I mean, Boom is great. It's as large as he is. He gobbles up a lot, but he may not have some of the same speed as some of the other kids that are lighter.
Yep.
And so, interesting, you know, from a chess match perspective, to see if Brophy continues just trying to run it straight up the gut.
I would think so. They've knocked 2 minutes off the clock already and counting. Knox is going to go under center. Velez deep in the eye. They're going to fake it to Velez. Knox is going to look to try to go downfield. He's got some running room, and he's going to try to take it off himself and going to pick up maybe 6 on the play, so bring up a manageable 3rd and 4. They're in field goal range here, and boy, does that 2-point conversion start to add up here. That missed
that missed PAT
missed first PAT, because now it's, you know, if they kick a field goal here, it's a 31-22 game, which is a 9-point difference.
It's a great point, because we've been moving the ball pretty well, you know, but it was really, we haven't taken a lot of deep shots, a couple of them.
Yeah.
You know, just, and now
So
they're trying
here,
the same thing.
they're going to call it 3rd and 6. They're going to go double tight, Velez deep. Oh, there's movement. That's going to back them up 5. The tight end to the left side for Brophy moved.
You know what? And you can hear the crowds. We've got the Pinnacle Crazies to our right underneath here, and that does. You know, that crowd noise, sometimes it'll help, you know, to cause them to jump, and if nothing else, it just fires the kids up. So, great fans.
So now it's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Brophy Broncos at the Pinnacle 23-yard line. Call it 22 and a half.
Boy, a pick would be nice here, wouldn't it? Or a turnover.
Yeah, and if they don't hurry up, they're going to get a delay of game here. We're under 10 seconds on the play clock. He's going to fake it.
Oh, he had him.
Had him.
What in the world? Holy cow.
And he's going to get enough for the first.
Oh, missed opportunities. Now, listen, that's a great athlete. Their quarterback, Knox, is going to Harvard to play ball next year. He's a good athlete.
6'4", 225. He's a big kid.
He's a big kid, too. But, they did hold him short. It's 4th and 1. Interesting decision now for the Brophy Broncos. Yeah. Really interesting.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah. They just brought in Diaz Infante, who normally plays defense.
Down to 6 minutes, so they've bled 4 minutes off the clock on this drive.
Wonder if they take a timeout. Yeah, there's a timeout.
They're going to take a timeout here with 6. Well, just shy of the 6-minute mark, 6:02.
That last play is going to be something the kids will go back and film, though. And there's going to be 3 or 4 of them going, if only.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, Manjola had him behind the line of scrimmage, and he got away.
Did. And you got to tip your hat and give credit to other athletes that are good, you know.
Yep.
You know, Brophy's not 4-0 on accident. It's a very good football team. But I'll tell you what, tonight, regardless of the outcome of this game, the one thing that we've learned, and you look at total yardage and everything else, it's supposed to be one of the best lines in the state and the top 3 defenses in the state.
And we're
going toe-to-toe.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going toe-to-toe without a doubt. In fact, if you go back to, let's go back to total yardage, it's probably tightened up a little bit at this point. Let's see here.
Well, I'm sure it has, because they've moved 80 yards.
Yeah.
Well, not quite 80, about 70 yards.
285 yards for Brophy, 300, almost 400 yards for us, about 375, 380 yards. So we've outgained them by 100 yards.
Big special teams. 4th down here.
They might try to draw us off.
For your Pinnacle Pioneer defense.
They may try to draw us off.
They're going to go on an I formation, Velez deep. There we go. They got movement.
That helps.
Yep.
That
back
helps
them up
tremendously.
So I'm sure they're going to try to kick the field goal here. We definitely need to try to get a block here. Be nice if we could just get some penetration here and get up the middle and get it blocked.
Okay, here comes the boom. He's blocked one field goal already this year, a PAT, one or two.
PAT. So hopefully we can get some penetration here to try to get this blocked. We've only got 6 minutes left here in the game. Or he misses it. It'd be nice if he could shank it, pull it, hit the ground. Anything but between the uprights. Snap is down. The kick is up. And it's good.
He got it. Kid's a player. Well, so 5 minutes, 57 seconds left. Now it's a 2-score game.
Boy, now you start looking how important those extra points are, huh?
Yeah. Well, Nate, the difference in this ball game, and the kids will know it, the coaches I'm sure will remind them, it's special teams. The difference in this ball game tonight, without a doubt, is special teams.
Kick returned and a blocked punt.
Yep. Well, and a missed PAT. All three.
And a missed PAT, yep.
Yeah. I mean, when you have two pretty evenly matched teams that are both good ball clubs, special teams and turnovers usually are the difference. And the turnover battle tonight's been pretty close. I mean, we're 2-2. Well, 2-1, really. You won't count the blocked punt as a turnover, but
it's basically a turnover.
Yeah. We still got 5:57 left, though. And this will be, well, you know what will be interesting? This will be the first time Spencer's been put in the fourth quarter comeback.
Here's what's interesting. They've returned a punt. They've returned a
kick.
They have not scored a touchdown offensively in the second half.
Right. Good point.
Silver's kick. It's up. Vaughn is going to probably let it go out of bounds, so we get it at the 35. That'll be nice.
We'll take that. Absolutely.
Gives us great field position. So out will come the freshman with the offense. 5:57 remaining in the game. Kind of need a score here, and then what do? Try to do an onside kick? Try to kick it deep? And
I'd say you almost have to do onside because, you know, the reason being that even if you don't get the onside and they pick up 10, 15 yards and they kick another field goal, you still have a chance to get back in.
Yeah. Well, and their kicker has kicked, you said earlier, a 52-yarder, so they only need to get to about the 38.
But we've got to score first, and you can't really rely on the ground and pound as much anymore. You've got to open it up.
No, you got to open it up just for the simple fact that you're running out of time. So it looks like Griggs is going to be the deep set running back behind Spencer. Rattler back to pass, going to pitch it out to Vaughn. Vaughn cuts it back to the inside, and going to go down just shy of the first down. Pretty close to the first down, so it's going to be a 2.5 seconds a yard.
Well, Brophy's been playing cover 2 almost all night.
Yep.
So for those who don't know what that means you have 2 deep safeties. One's got one side of the field and the other's got the other. So what it does is it typically opens up that shorter passing game.
Spread formation again. Griggs deep. They're going to look, and he's going to hit Vaughn again. Great catch by Vaughn at the 40 for a nice pickup of, let's call it 15.
Number 5, you've earned the Velcro
He's
nickname,
definitely over 100 yards tonight.
Without a doubt. He has absolutely earned that nickname.
Boy, he's made some great sideline catches tonight, and that one they called him out of bounds in the second quarter was definitely a catch. So here we go again. Shotgun, spread, Griggs deep. Rattler back to pass, plenty of room, plenty of time, racing to the outside, looking downfield, throws it out of bounds. Great play by the freshman.
That's just scary.
To avoid the sack.
Just scary. Now that we know Brian's watching from Michigan, he's got to just have a smile on his face going,
yep.
Oh, look at this kid.
Well, you know, this kid was probably here last year as an 8th grader watching Brian saying the same thing.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know,
yeah,
so.
This has become, you've heard of quarterback U. This has become quarterback high school. Michael Sanders, if you're listening, shout out to you. Congrats on, he started a couple years ago when Brian was a sophomore.
Then he went to
one of the JCs, and now he's Idaho State's starter.
Mesa Community College is where he played. He was the backup to, going to be a handoff to Griggs up the middle. Griggs is going to carry Murphy for about 5-6 yards. 6 yards, going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Now the clock starts coming into play. 4:55 and counting. Down by 9, so you do got to go hurry up, and you got to get it in the end zone quickly.
Yeah, he backed up Blake Decker, who's the starting quarterback at UNLV over there at Scottsdale, and then he played 1 year. He was a year behind Blake, and now he's at Idaho State. So congratulations. So a big 3rd down and 4 for your Pioneers. I would assume this is going to be 4-down territory regardless. Rattler in shotgun. Driggs deep. Rattler back to pass. Looking to his left. Going to come back across and just misses. Is that Stedman?
Stedman. He was a little off on that one. One of the few, maybe there's been 2 or 3 all night. We've getting kind of spoiled.
Yeah.
Because the kid's so dang accurate, you know. So when he misses a throw, you're almost surprised.
So big 4th down and 4. Clock does stop on that, though, so that does help us. If we can pick up this 1st down, that's a big play.
Play of the game right here.
Down 31-22. 4:28 remaining. Rattler in shotgun. Back to pass. Looking downfield. Gets Stedman. Stedman breaks a tackle. He's at the 10. The 5. Touchdown. Pinnacle.
The snake to Mr. Ohio.
That's his 4th touchdown tonight.
Yep. Where's that rattlesnake venom?
Holy camole. What a great pass by the freshman. What a great catch and break of tackle.
Yep.
So, listen, guys, this game is right where we want it. Now it comes down to, can the defense hold?
Well, and now with 4:20 left.
You can kick it deep.
You can, but you
I
know
would
what?
squib kick it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I would not kick it deep. I would squib kick it.
Ooh, he almost got that. All right, so now it's a 2-point ball game, 31-29, 4 minutes, 20 seconds left, and the interesting decisions come now. You're right, you can kick it because if you go 3 and out, you got 3 timeouts. Do they have all
and you only need a field goal to win.
Do they have all? No. Yeah, we've got all 3 timeouts left.
Yeah, and
so.
you got to remember, we only need a field goal to win.
True. And we scored in a hurry there. That drive, we took maybe less than
a minute.
Not even a minute off the clock.
It was. Well, they scored with 5:58 left, so it took us 1:38 seconds to go 65 yards, so not bad.
You know, I got to say this. It's so fun to watch the evolution of this program because I go back to my son's freshman and sophomore year. That's when we had Brophy on the schedule. In the freshman, JV, and varsity, all 3 levels, honestly, we weren't very competitive in those games. None of them. And now what you're seeing 2 years later with this program and how far it's come, Brophy hasn't gotten any worse, gang. They're still a really good ball club. But look how tight this is.
Boy, if we come back and win this game, we will definitely have people looking at us.
Well, I think it would vault us into the top 5, you would think. We'll see. We got to come back and do it first. Now, are they gonna onside this? They might, Nate. They just might. Nope. Squib kick.
It's going to go to Cade Knox. He's at the 20, the 25, cuts it back up to the 30. He's going to be brought down at the 34.
That's manageable. So you got 4:15 left now. You need a 3 and out, though. You
gotta get a
absolutely need a 3 and out.
Well, you got some timeouts to play with, but you can't let them get, a couple 1st downs here. You got to get them in, get them out, get them boom, get them bum, bum. Get the offense back on the field.
Agreed. According to this, Vaughn's got 85 yards, 8 receptions for 85 yards on the night.
Boy, it seems like he's had a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's had a couple, though, where he only got a couple yards. That's true on those swing passes. So out comes Cade Knox in the Bronco offense. Velez is going to go deep. It looks like they're going to go in they're going to run that pro set I again with number 6, Pinnacle at the fullback. They're going to hand it off to Velez to the right. Velez breaks a tackle and then is going to be gang tackled after a pickup of only 3.
Here's where I wonder, he's got good ball control, but try to strip that thing. That kid's a player, though, isn't he? He's tough. Nice job by Stedman. The linebackers all converged. This is it. This is it right here, folks. 3:49 and counting. 2nd and 7, down by 2. We need to stop. We need a turnover. We need to stop.
They're milking the clock. He's waiting for the play clock to go down to under 5. Going to pitch it out to Velez. Velez, it looks like we got people out there, and we're going to stop him. He's only going to pick up 3. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 4.
Ooh. Brophy, you're right, trying to milk the clock. That was student body left, basically.
Okay, why have they not started the play clock? Why are they not starting the play clock? The ball was set like 4-5 seconds ago.
Good observation.
So big 3rd down, and let's call it a long 4, short 5 for Brophy. This is it. This is the game right here. We got to stop him. Come on, defense. Velez is going to go deep. Pinnacle in the fullback position. Knox is going to fake it. He's going to roll out to his left. He's going to come back.
Don't throw it. Don't throw the flag. No flag. No flag.
That is it.
Woo, ball's uncatchable. He got there early. He did. But the ball was too far over his head.
Here, as a Brophy coach, what are you going to do here on 4th down and 4? It looks like they're going to bring in the punting team, but I would, you know what? I'd play it safe here. Just have one guy back. Don't let them pull off a first down, on a fake.
Well, a fake punt one might ice it for him. So you're right. You let the defense
Gotta
know, look,
play
guys.
smart here, defense. Gotta play smart.
We got Sarah Pena Robinson back. Who is that? Or is it Vaughn?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my gosh. We got 12 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So.
No, I didn't think so.
Oh, and it's a bad kick.
Get away from it. Get away.
Bad kick.
There you go.
And going to give us great field position at our own 33. We'll take it. 2:35 left in the game.
All right,
this
Snake.
This is it.
All right, Snake. Here could be your first fourth quarter comeback, buddy. You're going to be here 4 years. See if you can start it off right.
Oh, my gosh, what a great game.
This has been a wonderful ball game, hasn't it?
What
did I tell you before? Man,
we were calling it was going to be 3. We were handicapping it at 3.
I had last week's at 21, and that's what it ended up. I told you before the game started 3, but I thought we'd cover.
Yeah, you figured it would be Brophy by 3 just because of the fact that they have the more senior dominant team. So here comes Rattler. Friedman back deep. They're going to hand it off to Friedman. He's got some running room, cuts it back up, and he's going to pick up about 4.
How many helmets?
There we go. Thank you.
How many times are they going to rip our helmet off and not get a call?
We're going to have a 15-yard penalty for ripping the helmet off again. That's the second play in a row tonight, and that's the same player, number 30.
Yeah, that's the third time tonight that we've lost a helmet.
Yep. You can't you can tackle high to a certain degree, but you can't tackle like that.
I would think that'd be a face mask. The kid lost his helmet.
So that's going to give us 15 yards all the way up to midfield.
That's big.
We got plenty of time. I think you run it here and just you don't want to leave any time on the clock for Brophy, do you?
No, you don't. Not without quarterback. You don't. Of course, if you can score on this play, you'll take it all day long.
So here we go. Rattler's going to go shotgun. Friedman deep behind him, spread formation. Going to hand it off to Friedman. He's got a little bit of running room. Jukes up to the inside. He's going to pick up about 3. Nice play call. We're now in Bronco territory.
2 minutes, 10 seconds, and counting. Game-winning drive underway. Or the shot at it, shall I say.
Yep.
Sarah Pena Robinson coming out.
So now they bring in Griggs. We're going to go with the ground and pound, 2 running backs. Friedman's going to move to fullback. Griggs is going to be at tailback.
Under 2 minutes now.
Under 2 minutes, 1:52 and counting. Going to hand it off to Griggs. Griggs is going to come back up the middle. He's going to roll and pick up about another 3, bring up a 3rd down and 4 from the 45.
You start thinking timeout? Yeah, you got 3.
You got 3, not now. I think you're fine. Get the first down first.
Minute 34 and counting, folks.
Stedman comes in for Cash. Going to go split backs. Friedman to the right. Griggs to the left of Rattler. Rattler back to pass. Looking downfield. Going to hit Cash. I'm sorry, Stedman. Stedman's going to take it down to the 30. We only need about 10 more yards, and we're in field goal position.
Clock stopped with 1:11 on the scoreboard. 1 minute, 11 seconds. So 71 seconds.
And you know what? When Stedman came in, I watched him. He came out. That linebacker came up. He blew off that linebacker. I mean, it was a great route by Stedman. So here we go. Shotgun. Going to hand it off to Friedman. Friedman's got some running room. Takes it up the middle. Now call a timeout.
Yeah, most likely. 53, 52, 51, 50. Yeah, timeout. 51 seconds left. We are now not quite field goal range.
We need to get to about the 15-yard line to be well within his range. That would put us at about a 28-yard field goal. We don't really want to be over 30, I think, with McGuire. The longest one he's made this year was, 36?
Yeah. I think you give your freshman quarterback a shot to win this game.
No, I agree, but if we can – we only need 10 to be within scoring range is what I'm saying. But we don't want to be at the edge of McGuire's range. We want to be where it's comfortable for McGuire.
Correct. And there's really not much of a breeze. There's a slight breeze left to right that's going against him, but not enough to really make a difference.
Against Saguaro, he made a 36-yarder, so that puts us – we need to really be around the 20. We're at the 34. We're at the 25 right now. So
we're close.
I think if we get in within about 10, then we're really in comfortable range for him, and we don't have to score.
What an incredible game. Second, well, there's 51 seconds left. It's 2nd and 5.
So here we go, 2nd and 5. We're going to go split back again. Griggs to the left, Friedman to the right of Rattler. Rattler's going to be in the shotgun, back to pass, looking down, and he's going to throw it, and incomplete, intended for Stedman.
Took a shot there. 46 seconds left, now 3rd and 5. This becomes a really interesting call because you could run it here. You still have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I think what you want to do is you've got to pick up the first here. You don't want to leave any time on the clock with Velez. He's just too fast, and they've got a kicker that can kick it from the 42.
And they got a quarterback that can heave the ball too.
Correct.
Kid's got an arm.
So big 3rd down and 4. We're going to go Griggs deep in the deep in the eye. We've got Sarah Pena Robinson going to be handoff to Griggs. Griggs is going to be dropped for a loss of 3.
Timeout.
It's going to bring up 4th down and about 8.
40 seconds left in the ball game now. They sniffed that out. They had a 5-man line. It was a read option. They sniffed it out. So now you're out of his range for field goal, I think.
Yeah, you can't. You're too far out because right
it's a 46,
from here.
46-yarder.
Well, he'd kick it from the 45 or the 35. It's a 45-yard field goal. I don't think he can make that.
It's a little out of his range, I think. But, we've seen Spencer convert on a number of 4th downs. In fact, earlier in this game, threw for a touchdown there. So,
well, it looks like they're going to bring McGuire in. He's going to try the 45-yarder.
Are they really?
Yep.
Okay. The kid's he's a good kicker. There's no question. He's got a nice leg. When you see him do kickoffs, they usually get it at about the goal line, somewhere between the goal line and the 10.
They're in the middle of the field, so he doesn't have to line it up. He just has to connect on it. You got 40 seconds left in the game. The key here is, can we block? Because of the distance, it's got to be a lower trajectory coming out of his foot. So it'll be interesting to see here. So McGuire's going to come in for the 45-yard field goal with 40 seconds left in the game. This could be the game winner.
Well, either way, it's the game one way or the other, most likely.
They're going to kick it from the 47, so this will be a 40 or the 37. It'll be a 47-yard field goal. It'll be the longest kick of his career.
They're going to take a timeout. Yep. Dana was trying to get him to jump. Trying to get him to jump to buy another 5 yards or so. Well, you know what? Now they're going to talk about it.
What a great coaching job by Dana tonight on the time management of the game. That's a great call. I mean, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, you got one extra. If you're going to kick it anyway, why not?
This is it.
This reminds me of, what was the movie where they had the Australian kicker, and if you make this kick, every free woman in the world will love you?
Oh, that was
the one Keanu Reeves, I think.
Yeah, it's where they were the scrubs.
Yeah, exactly. NFL.
Yeah,
this reminds me of that.
Yeah.
McGuire's going. That's the hard part about being a kicker. Sometimes it comes down to things like this. He's a good kid, though.
This is it.
He's a great kicker, too.
He made it! Yes! Oh my gosh, he made it! 34.5 seconds left in the game. And he just
him. The crazies are going crazy.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Now comes the special teams. There's still 34 seconds left in the game.
Coaches right now are going, kids, this game's not over.
Oh
this game
my
is
goodness.
Not over.
Oh my goodness.
McGuire,
can you believe it?
McGuire.
Now here's the thing. Brophy's got 2 timeouts remaining, 34.5 seconds left in the game. You squib kick it here. You got to remember, they've got a kicker that can kick it from 52.
You're right. You're absolutely right. This game's not over. What an incredible kick, though. It cleared by maybe a yard.
I mean,
maybe a yard.
Barely made it.
Maybe a yard.
That was unbelievable.
Wow.
Great job, Jeff McGuire.
Yeah, incredible job. He
So
proved,
that
you know what? He proved you and I wrong. We thought we thought he was out of range.
No, I don't think we've never seen him. Dude, that's 7 yards further than that's 9 yards further than his furthest kick ever in the last 2 years. Congratulations to the young man for making it, man. That's a great kick.
It's an incredible kick.
And you know, you got to understand
the
snap was a little bit wobbly.
The holder getting credit for
Burleson
getting
did a great job of getting the ball down. The offensive line did a great job of blocking. There wasn't anybody even close to trying to block it. So, you know, it all came together. So now this is big right here.
34.5 seconds left.
Yep.
Oh, stand. He touched it. He touched it. Uh-oh. Cover. Come back. Keep going. There you go. Take time off that clock.
There we go.
Perfect.
There we go.
That's perfect. Yes. That is absolutely perfect. You couldn't have drawn it up any better than that.
Nope.
You couldn't have drawn it any better than that. What a great job. And a night where the special teams really struggled.
They
back
came
to
up
back.
big.
They just answered the bell. First the long field goal, and now incredible coverage by every one of them. Guys, you got knocked in the chin, you got knocked down, you almost got knocked out on special teams, but you came back.
So they're going to start off from their own 7-yard line, 21.9 seconds left in the game. Your Pinnacle Pioneers are leading 32-31. Out comes Cade Knox. Now remember, he's got a gun. He's thrown it a couple times, 60 yards, so the safeties were playing 3 deep right now, which is smart. Let him get underneath.
Nothing behind you.
Got to remember, there's movement. That's going to back them up half the distance.
You know what a great way to end this? How about a sack for a safety?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
How about Harlan or Jewell or, look at Boom. Boom's fired up.
What a fantastic game.
Mr. Ohio.
Whoa.
Mr. Ohio's played really well tonight. Last week it was defense that he shined. Tonight on offense, kid just has brought it.
So here we go. Knox is going to go shotgun. Velez to his left. Spread formation. Knox back in his end zone.
Get him.
Stedman gets in there. Knox is rolling to his left, trying to come across. Completes it to number 18.
13.6 seconds left.
Mendoza goes out at about the
13.6 seconds.
27-yard line. 13.7 seconds left. They've got to get to the 30. Basically the 35 to make a shot at the field goal.
Okay, and we have somebody coming in. Sarah Pena Robinson checking out. Another corner checking in, number 4. That's
Knox is going to go shotgun. Velez to his left.
Get some
Knox
pressure.
Back to pass.
Get some pressure.
Comes across the middle.
Hook and ladder. Oh, my goodness.
To Velez.
Wait a minute.
Velez goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line with 3.6 seconds left.
Holy smokes. Well, how good is this kick's leg?
No, they're going to do a Hail Mary here, I would think.
That'd be a 61-yard high school field goal to win it.
They're going to call a timeout here. They're going to discuss it, try to figure out what they want to do.
Yeah, well, he missed a 45-yarder earlier, right? No, a 52-yarder. He came up short
51-yarder.
51-yarder, He came up short. So you had 10 yards to that.
But here's the thing. On that 51, he went way high. I mean, he got a lot of arc on that. So it'll be interesting to see what their play call here. Here's the big thing. Regardless, they're going to do a Hail Mary if they don't kick the field goal.
Right.
Put the people back in the end zone. Tallest guys back there.
Receiver, all your height, man.
Just knock it down. Remember last year against Hamilton? Instead of knocking it down, we went for the interception, and the kid wrestled it away on the way down. Do you remember that?
That was a great game, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Wasn't that the fourth game of the year, too?
Fourth game of the year.
Yeah, what is it about the fourth game at home too?
Mm-hmm.
What an incredible ball game.
So it's all going to come down to this play. 3.6 seconds left in the game. Your Pinnacle Pioneers leading 32-31.
Man, this is the best football game I've seen in a long time.
This and Hamilton the last 2 years have been great games.
Yeah, because Hamilton was probably
all the fourth game of the year.
Just as an average fan to watch.
Yep.
That one's got to probably be the best one last year. And this one, it's just been something.
So here we go. They're going to go trips to the left. Velez is going to go to the left of Knox.
Who you got deep? Anthony Vaughn.
Anthony Vaughn is going to be deep. Oh, they got movement. Going to back him up 5.
You got Velcro back deep. I like that move. Love that move. He's tall. He can leap. He's a great athlete. That's a great move. You got Aaron Cook on the other side. So really you're running a dime package with a safety valve.
Yep.
You're only rushing 3.
So they're going to go trips to the left.
Still, get some pressure on him. Don't give him time to set.
They've got.
And they're going to blitz. Here comes Drew Dixon. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yep. Perfect. They got the pressure. Knock it down. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ball game.
Ball game.
What an incredible victory. Hey, Mr. Bardo. We covered, baby.
We did.
You know? When are we going to get any love from the Riders in Arizona
So how
Republic?
about that? The number 4 ranked Brophy Broncos come in here and get beat 32-31 by the number 7 ranked Pinnacle Pioneers.
I'm telling
and
you.
I'm telling you, we are going to be a force as the season goes. We are getting better and better each and every game.
We really are. And stats-wise, let me tell you something. The final score reflects what really happened on that field. Because stats-wise, we got the better end of the deal. There's no doubt. And I'll have that updated for you here in a second, folks. But, you know, we haven't done player of the game, and we haven't really done that all year. But there's a lot of kids I can talk to. But I'm going to point one out, number 5.
Anthony Vaughn, definitely the player of the game
Spencer
tonight.
played great, but Anthony Vaughn did. On defense, it's hard to really narrow in. Mr. Lamanu, well done.
Great job,
Well done.
guys.
Man, that was
great job.
Oh, you know, we're lucky we get defensive coordinator Mike Lamanu up here calling the plays, and
boy, we're gonna get some attention tonight
see
on
how
all.
fired up he was?
We're gonna get some attention tonight on all the football highlight shows.
Yeah.
Holy camole, this is a big win.
Well,
and we've reeled off 3 big wins in a row.
Hold on, player of the game, that final kick, Mr. McGuire. Boy, the whole special teams at the end. Because it was a poor effort for most of the game, you know, because of those breakdowns. And they made up for it at the end.
Missed extra point.
And how awesome was that last kick return? Because they took off. They took off about 20 seconds on that return, Nate.
Yeah, they did a great job.
I mean, let's go final stats here, folks. One of the best games that we've seen, and I can't tell you how long it's been. I mean, just phenomenal. But if you get into game schedule, roster, player stats. Let's go to player stats here. Give me a second, folks. Of course, the internet connection finally goes at the very end. If you're taking a look at total, nope, that's the old one. Game schedule. Nate, I'm rambling here a little bit, buddy, but I lost the feed that was giving me the live stats, and I'm trying to pull it back up.
Next week we're playing.
Oh, we got Mountain Point.
Mountain Point next week,
on
down at Mountain Point.
On the road.
They're 3-1, I think.
Here we go. Let's start with the Snake, Spencer Rattler. 24 for 35, 269 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The 32 points you see on the board, Brophy was averaging 10 a game they were allowing.
He had 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown,
yes,
so a total of 4.
We're talking about passing. Now, on the rushing side, to your point, Nate, Spencer 3 rushes, 16 yards for a touchdown. Leading rusher on the day is the Grizzly, Hunter Griggs, 70 yards. Drew Dixon not far behind with 51 yards, 7.3 per carry. That led the team. Logan Friedman, the pinball. What do you think, the pinball?
Yep.
That fits. Logan with 43 yards, another great job by him. When you get to the receiving stats, Mr. Velcro Vaughn, Anthony Vaughn, 85 yards, 8 receptions. You had Stedman, 3 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Dalton Cash, 3 catches, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Boston Baller, Nick Spahn, 3 catches, 40 yards. Justin Mandrola, Baby Mandrola threw 1 in there. So, you know, great. When you look at it, total yards on offense, 269 and 199 means 469, 468 yards total offense. So, again, we almost hit the half-century mark, 500 yards, but this time on Brophy's defense.
Correct.
That's a little different than last week.
Correct.
Now, our defense, how'd they do stats-wise? Pretty consistent, 171 yards through the air and on the ground for the Brophy Broncos, so 342.
Well, you know, it was a great game, and hopefully you enjoyed it at home. Remember, next week we're going to be coming live at 6:45 from Mountain Point. And for Todd Dixon, I'm Nathan Nordstrom. Thank you again for joining us tonight for this exciting game. The 3-1 Pioneers will definitely move up in the rankings. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.
Yep.